back to the Sectional Wrestling Tournament here in West Union. We are underway with the finals here at 106. Michael Millage and Philip Eady. A third matchup between these two wrestlers this year. Millage has taken the first two matchups, but Philip Eady is starting to close the gap a little bit, and it's 0-0 with 1:25 left here in the first period. Aaron Swenson, Dave Omdahl back with you here at the Sectional Wrestling Tournament in West Union. In fact, Millage has won 3 matchups this year, winning by fall in 31 seconds, winning 6-0, and winning 4-1.
Yeah, so it keeps getting a little bit closer. We've got right down here, we've got Jared Orr from Independence against Austin Parmley from Oline, going for third. And right now, Orr leads 2-0, and got Parmley in a cradle here.
0-0, 47 seconds left here in the first period. So no man has been in on a real good scoring chance to this point. Of course, if you win this, you're automatically moving on to the district meet at Independence next week. If you lose this, and if the third place guy is a guy that you haven't faced yet today, you will get a wrestle back later on this afternoon.
And there Parmley moves into a headlock and scores. And he got 3 back points. Hopefully Parmley.
Here's Millage with a takedown on Eady with 20 seconds left here in the first period. Millage has taken a 2-0 lead. Eady trying to move out, but couldn't do it. There's 16 seconds left here in the period.
We've got 5-4 score here with Orr Parmley leading.
16 seconds left in the period. Eady trying to get up to a tripod position. Millage keeping the pressure on with 8 seconds left here in the period. 5 seconds left now, and Millage will lead 2-0 as we head to period number 2.
We've got Orr riding on top of Parmley here in the second period. And the score is 5-4 with like Parmley ahead. Orr got takedown and back, and Parmley got a reversal and 3 back.
Eady will start down to start the second period against Michael Millage. This is the finals at 106. Fourth time these two have gotten together. Eady has gotten closer each and every time, but Millage has defeated him 3 times to this point.
You got Orr still riding on top.
Eady able to get to his feet, hasn't established any hand control yet, and they go out of bounds with 1:43 left here in the period. Still 2-0 Millage.
Orr riding pretty tough on top. And we call it potentially dangerous and come back to the center of the mat. Again, Parmley leading 5-4. 50 seconds left.
Millage with a leg in on Eady. Trying to tilt him that way, but he hasn't been able to hook anything up top. Look for a half. That isn't there. Eady is into the all-fours position. Millage now up in the air as Eady trying to shake him loose. 1:10 left here in the second period. Millage tries to turn him, can't get the job done.
We've got still that same 5-4 score with Orr on top with 29 seconds left. Orr trying to ride Parmley out for the duration of the second period.
And Millage is in the top position, and he was completely in the air, so that was called a potentially dangerous by the officials. So it's 2-0 Millage, 52 seconds left here in the period. He's been able to keep Eady in the down position for 1:08 here in the period. 40 seconds left now. 35 seconds left now as Eady able to get to his feet. No hand control yet. Millage lifts him, and they head out of bounds with 29.9 left here in the second period.
Well, we've got Jared Orr from Independence behind by 1 point. They hit a roll on Parmley and got 2 points and back. So he will went ahead by Parmley by 1 point. And now Parmley's got a reversal. Parmley's on top now for a half.
14 seconds left here in the second period as Edie yet to get out from the top right of Millage. Edie able to get to his feet, but another nice mat return by Millage with 5 seconds left in the period, and we will go to the third. It's a 2-0 lead for Michael Millage here in the championship bout.
We've still got a score 7-6. Parmalee's on top here. Parmalee's ahead by 1.
Millage will start down here in the third period.
And Parmalee riding tough leg ride.
Millage able to get to his feet, trying to establish some hand control, but Edie with a nice mat return with 1:50 left here in the third period. But Phillips got to hit the reversal to tie this thing up. Millage able to get to his feet. Edie doing a good job of circling around, and they go out of bounds with 1:39 left here in period number 3.
And we've got, looks like we got a little trouble with the clock here. And but we've still got Parmalee leading 7-6 over Jared Orr of Independence.
Philip Edie trailing 2-0. Millage directly to his feet, trying to establish hand control, but another nice mat return by Philip. And it's still 2-0 Millage with 1:30 left here in the third period.
We've got the score change, now it's 7-9. Independence ahead. Parmalee tries the cradle. It's 7-9 Decorah, or Independence, excuse me. And
too many hometowns for you.
Yeah, too many hometowns. And Parmalee's got the legs in, trying to turn him, but Orr bellies out.
Edie circling around is keeping Millage in the down position. Millage getting some hand control. He does get an escape to take a 3-0 lead with 1:05 left here in the period, and they go out of bounds. Looks like Jarrett Orr will win, and if this stays put, we will have a wrestle back here at 106 pounds.
Jarrett Orr, the winner.
52 seconds left down on Matt on the opposite side. Matt, it's Millage with a takedown now to make it a 5-0 advantage for him and Edie. So it looks like Phillip will have to earn that true second place against the Independence kid, Jared Orr.
Yep. And the Independence kid came in 26-18 record. And
so Phillip able to get to his feet here. 35 seconds left in the period. Hasn't established any hand control. Trying to get the one arm free, but Millage still with control of the wrist on the other side. 25 seconds left here in the period. Michael Millage leading by a 5-0 margin. The Northeast Iowa Conference champ, trying to qualify for the districts next week in Independence. Millage now with the arms tied up. 14 seconds left here in the period. 10 seconds left in the period. And Michael Millage will be your sectional champ here at 106 pounds for the Crestwood Cadets. And Phillip Edie will have to wrestle back for second later on this afternoon. $5-0 win for Michael Millage of the Crestwood Cadets. And Phillip Edie will have to wrestle back at 106 later on this afternoon. Championship bout coming up here at 113. Joe Kanoki of Decorah and Ryan Steffen of Crestwood. And the third place bout will be Taylor Wolfcool of Independence and Miles Ramsey of Walk-On.
And this is a situation where Joe has beaten Steffen twice this year, but Steffen got him the last time in the conference, but Joe was right in on Steffen, made a long shot from a long ways away. Joe had a nice crossface come around behind him to lead 2-0.
And the scores, Kanoki won 4-2 and 5-0, and Steffen won last week in the third place match at conference 3-1.
Yeah, pretty tough matches, all of them. Joe riding tough on top, got trying to bring Steffen's arm up behind his back. Riding the wrist real heavy, and the wrist through the crotch. And Steffen trying to establish a base. Joe riding pretty tough on the left side. Moves on behind him now. Steffen up to his feet. Steffen trying to establish hand control. Joe lifted him, bringing him down at the edge of the mat. Steffen hits a switch. Joe follows around behind. They go out of bounds. And something I've seen so far today is the referees are letting them wrestle when they're on their feet, when the boy on the bottom gets up and the guy Tom blocks in behind them. All the rule book says is you have to make an effort to take him down, and then you have a lot of referees call stalling real quick there, but they haven't been doing it today, which I like to see.
Always good when the kids are deciding the outcomes.
That's right. As long as that guy's trying to take him down, let him wrestle. And Joe's got a elbow tied up now across to Stefan, trying to turn him to his back, driving him through the crotch. Pretty good job of kind of rubbing his nose in the mat here. And a lot of pressure on from behind. Good pressure on top and out far enough. Now he's out off of both legs, so he'll never get called for stalling there. And now Stefan has his hips up. And now Joe picks up an ankle. Drive that ankle. Again, you can hold an ankle as long as the guy isn't broke down. Once the guy broke down, you got to get off it in 5 seconds. Now Stefan stands up. Joe brings him back flat down to the mat. Good job of bringing him down. His body extended flat on the mat.
And oh, by the way, down at the third place match at 113, it is Wolfcool leading Ramsey by a 5-4 margin. Wolfcool from Independence and Ramsey from Waukon.
We go to the second period in the title match here with Joe leading 2-0 over Ryan Stefan. Stefan defers. Joe's going to go down. Joe gets set. Stefan covers. Joe's off on the whistle, but it's the far whistle, and so no caution there. Good job of the official recognizing that.
150 left here in the second period. A neutral restart to the second period as Ramsey tries to hit.
Joe's
takedown, and he gets it.
Joe's to his feet, split the hands, out for one. So opened up a 3-1 lead. The 3-0 lead, 3-0 lead for Joe over Ryan Stefan of Crestwood. Both out on their feet here head to head.
Ramsey has Wolfcool on his back getting points, and there's the fall. Miles Ramsey for Waukon getting the fall in 2 minutes and 39 seconds over Taylor Wolfcool of Independence.
And Joe's in on a leg now. He got Stefan down on his bottom here, but he's got to move. He's got the leg hooked. Stefan belly's out now, and then Joe has a 2, makes it 5-0. Joe wrestling really, really hard, really, really well. Guess he's decided this week that that last week was just an aberration, and it's time to get after it, and he really is. And riding the wrist real hard. Up around the shoulders, pushing through the crotch, trying to get ball and chain. I think he's got the ball and chain locked up now. Got the ball and chain locked. Trying to lift for a tilt. He got his wrist loose now. Stefan trying to come to a stand up. Joe doing everything he can do to keep him down, keep him extended. They're at the edge of the mat now. He takes him out of bounds. Still in control.
A 5-0 lead for Kanoki with 32 seconds left here in the period. If this score stays put, there will not be a wrestle back here at 113. As Ramsey was the 3 seed.
Yeah, Ramsey was beaten by Stefan, so if Stefan would finish second, he'd just stay second. Joe up high, spiral ride. Stefan to his feet now, he steps back, tries to roll from standing roll, and he gets two-point reversal. And so we got a 5-2 score now. Nice standing roll on the part of Ryan Stefan, but he doesn't get any back points when they hit the mat. So it makes it 5-2. A lot of times that roll like that, we keep the arm trapped to grab a leg, and then you're getting back points, but that didn't happen. So Stefan decides he wants to go up. Neutral. Stefan starts neutral, score 5-2. Joe makes a shot from a long ways away, but he keeps his knees moving, grabs Stefan's leg, picks him up, takes him to the mat, and secures the other leg, and he's got a 2-point takedown. Now makes it 7-2 for Joe. That's a chance you always take when you choose neutral. You do it because you got to get the takedown. But
sometimes the other guy.
Sometimes the other guy does too. Sometimes the other guy does. So it's happened in this case. But,
I was kind of looking up if Joe had been a district qualifier. I guess it's not an apples-to-apples comparison with the Decorah being a 3A team last year, only having districts, as compared to having to go through 2 Saturdays.
Yeah, the
Potentially dangerous called with 1:14 left here in the 3rd period.
There's often a debate of whether you should be 3A or 2A, which one's easiest, and it all depends. From weight to weight, it can be different from year to year. And
well, I was talking about this with Coach Dave Mitchell. I think he put it well. He goes, it's harder to get to state in 2A in this area, but once you get out of this area, you can be pretty confident that you can place.
Yeah.
And it's probably easier if you're a 3A school to get to state, but you don't know who you're going to face down at state because you probably haven't faced good 3A competition throughout the year.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, there's only 6 in our district, or our sectional, but there'll be 12 actually teams represented in the district. Oh, Stefan with a takedown, and now makes it 5-7. And fortunately, we didn't get any back points on that. We got to be a little more careful here, but we're still Joe still has a 2-point lead, but he gets a stalling call now on the bottom. The official determined that you got to make it a effort to get out. Whether I don't care. Stefan's got a wing on, driving a wing, but Joe's posting an arm out. Got the arm posted, and his time's up. That's it. The end of the match. 7-5. Joe Kanoki over Ryan Stefan from Crestwood. Every one of their matches have been good matches, and there will be no wrestle back here. So Joe Kanoki joins, or moves on to districts.
One of them will have a wrestle back for the 2nd place finish. He had 2 results in it.
Going up to 120 pounds now. And we've got, what do we have here? Let's see, Brandon Mayer against Tristan Hansmeyer. No. Got Ryan from Olwine against Mayer. Excuse me. Ryan from Olwine against Mayer on the far mat. On my mat down here, close, we've got Mitch Evans, Independence, against Tristan Hansmeyer from Walk-On. And up on the far mat there, just about a takedown for Ryan from Olwine over Mayer, but on the edge of the mat, nothing happened. And on this mat down here, Hansmeyer and Evans, still nothing. Both wrestlers up on their feet. Little try by Evans to slide by, didn't work. Hansmeyer squared up and faced him. They go back to the center of the mat now. Nothing. Both mats. Shot by Evans on a leg. Hansmeyer, good job of getting the leg back. Mayer and Ryan still tied up there, hands and knees.
That was a great match last week, you'll recall, in the conference finals.
Yes, it was.
Ryan ended up getting Mayer 4-3 after losing to him just a week earlier by a major decision.
Now, it's kind of surprising that Ryan wasn't seated first here, but that loss by major decision must be what did it. They split, and Mayer had the bigger win, I guess, so they gave Mayer the top seed. I thought it really matters too much, although it did put Ryan down against Evans from Cresco, or from Independence, who's a really good kid. So
Even was a state qualifier a year ago for Independence.
Yeah. But Ryan came through with the win, and Evans now is wrestling for third. Score still 0-0 on both mats. We're into the second period. on the championship mat between Mayer and Ryan. Also down here on the third place mat between Evans and Hansmeyer. Evans started on top. We've got Ryan starting on top down there against Brandon Mayer. Mayer comes out for a reversal and leads 2-0.
And Evans and here at 120 pounds, Evans and Hansmeyer are 0-0 here for the second period.
Brian from Oline just come up and got an escape to make the title match 2-1. Now we've got Evans with Hansmeyer on his back, and he pinned. So Mitch Evans from Independence pins Tristan Hansmeyer walk on moves into third place.
And now he's got to root for Brennan Ryan of Owine to get himself a wrestle back here later on. Mayer leading by a 2-1 margin. It was 0-0 going to the second period. Mayer with a reversal, Ryan with an escape. They're on the edge of the mat and they rule him out of bounds with 59 seconds left here in the period. It's a 2-1 advantage for Brandon Mayer. Brandon Mayer, a fourth place finisher a year ago and a fifth place finisher at state 2 years ago.
So that just shows how it goes. A two-time state place winner with a 35-2 record, and he's in the fight for his life to get out of sectionals.
Yeah.
And but that's wrestling, I guess, and that's good. Makes it exciting. Nice snap there by Mayer. Now he comes in, changes to a double. That front headlock by Ryan, and they go out of bounds. What a battle.
2-1. Mayer still leading with 30 seconds left here in the second period.
Ryan in on a shot from a long ways away. Mayer sprawls, good sprawl. Got to reach back and take the hand off the leg that Ryan still has. Blocking him from getting around, of course. Got his head down, and the official calls a stalemate. Back up, and I know Ryan really feels the pressure with 7 seconds to go. Really it'd be nice to score a takedown in this period, because I'm sure Mayer will go down, look for an escape, and that'll give him a 3-1 lead.
Ryan reaching for a leg. Mayer had the head tied up, but the period comes to a close. It is a 2-1 lead for Mayer. And Ryan will go down to start period number 3.
Mayer, that's it.
Because Mayer started down and got a reversal.
Mayer was down and got a reversal. Yeah, Mayer was down and got a reversal. Ryan sit out now, tried for a switch. Mayer controlled the arm, put a lot of pressure in. Got Ryan pretty flat now.
1:40 left here in the third period. Mayer has him extended and flat.
Got a really tight waist on, tight waist and a wing.
1:27 left here in the period.
Trying to go up around the head.
Remember, this one wasn't decided till about 10 seconds left in the third period last Saturday.
Yeah, it went the whole 6 minutes.
You bet. 1:15 left here in the period. Mayer still in that top position. Not a lot of activity either way right now.
No, he's keeping Ryan pretty well extended. And it's hard to score points when you're on your belly.
Ryan won the championship bout 4-3.
Now Mayer kind of moves out to the side a little bit. He's got to be careful he doesn't get hit by stalling if he rides too parallel. Now he's out to the side a little bit more. He's got a wing tied up. Ryan tries to grab the winged arm with the other arm to keep if he doesn't want it to go up on the back, of course.
Mayer now getting just enough off to the side that he's keeping the official off him.
Ryan could get hit for stalling because he's hanging onto that arm. That's an indication you're not trying to get out. You're just trying to keep him getting turned.
23 seconds left here in the period. Ryan trying to get to his feet. Mayer circles behind. 17 seconds left here in the period. Mayer chops him down with 10 seconds left in the period. Now goes with a cross face. Brandon Mayer just kind of hanging on for dear life here.
Now he reaches under for a claw ride, but he's out to the side. Ryan stands up as they go out of bounds with 1/2 a second left.
Brandon Mayer A two-time state place winner, a half a second away from moving on to districts next week at Independence. And their clock runs out, and Brandon Mayer is your district champ, but Brendan Ryan also moving on for Owine. Good match, 2-1.
Yep, no wrestle back there.
So let's move on to 126 pounds. Devin Stortz and Connor Slipka. Decorah and Crestwood here in the match. Stortz lost to Slipka by a fall at the Flanagan in 5:17 and beat him in the duel by an 8-1 margin.
So
they did not wrestle one another last week, you'll recall, for the conference championship.
And there goes Devin on a nice double. Hasn't got the points yet. Slipka still has a leg. Now Slipka comes up behind and gets the score. So 2-0. Connor Slipka over Devin Stortz.
120 left here in the period. The other mat, 0-0, Jake Hewins of Owine and Jared Van Sickle of North Fayette Valley.
Slipka had the leg in there as they go out of bounds. Devin came up to his feet and they rolled out. Devin comes to his feet on the restart. Slipka drops down to one leg, his head inside. Devin counters with a whizzer. Devin kind of bails out, tries to turn. Slipka drops down on both ankles. Devin keeps rolling, comes up on top. Nice scramble.
And a reversal for Stortz makes it 2-2 with 50 seconds left here in the period.
And that just shows why you just keep wrestling. You don't make one move and stop. You just put several things together and you just keep going. And ended up with 2 points. Now he comes up, he's got a bar on the wrist. Slipka comes to his feet and faces him.
And Hewins has Van Sickle on his back here. He's got 3 back points waiting for him, and Hewins now takes a 5-0 lead for third with 20 seconds left here in the period.
Slipka makes a shot. Devin blocks it with an underhook. Slipka tries a Kelly. Devin did a pretty good job of blocking that out. Still got the front headlock in. Looking around, got at the ankle, and comes around for 2. Takedown, there's only 4 seconds left. That's a good time to get a takedown. Not a lot of time to get your points back. And ends up 4-3, end of the second period. Devin Stortz ahead.
Jake Hewins leading on on the far mat, 5-0 lead on Jared Van Sickle of North Fayette Valley.
Devin starts down here to be in the second period. Comes to his feet quickly. Breaks the hands. Slipka drops down on a leg and they go out of bounds. Slipka still has the leg, so Devin will still be on the bottom. We got a caution on green on Slipka. Quick start.
And Sickle goes for a throw. Wasn't there.
Devin back up again. Slipka drops down to an ankle. Devin sprawls. It's out in front of him now. Should have the escape. Should have the escaper. Tries a Kelly by Slipka. Tried that Kelly. Devin slipped under the arm. Got 2-point reversal here. And makes it 6-3.
7-0 Jake Hewins with the lead on Jared Van Sickle on the opposite mat for third. 7-0.
Devin doing a good job of putting the arm up behind the back. Now he's got a Hassman on. He's got the wrist locked up, coming over the head now. Now he's trying to come around the head. Yeah, arm slipping out a little bit here, but he's coming up, driving over. Oh, he didn't quite get him turned when he went to drive him over, and Slipka bellied out, and it's still 6-3. Devin Stortz over Connor Slipka.
7-1 lead for Jake.
Now he's got an arm bar tilt, and ball and chain tilt, and Didn't quite, got a 1 count, didn't quite get the 2. And he still got the arm up on the back. Still got the arm up on the back, and trying to work that Hassman again. Can't quite get the arm, can't quite get the hands together.
Devon leading 6-3 with 15 seconds left.
Now he's got the Hassman locked up. Hasn't come around to turn him yet. Now he's coming around the head. Let go. Yeah, let go. Drove him over with his chest just as time ran out. Still set.
And a reversal for Van Sickle on the far mat, and Van Sickle gets 3 back points to make it 7-5 at the end of the second period. Jake Hewins leading Jared Van Sickle 7-5, and Van Sickle will start in the down position.
And Devon starts in the down position. Looks like we got a caution on Slifka again. That makes his second caution. Devon moves to his feet, looks for hand control. Didn't get it, comes back, tripped back down to the mat. Slifka with a spiral ride. Devon moves into a sit position. Comes underneath, he's underneath the leg before Slifka can get it hooked. Underneath the leg, that's lifting the leg, driving Slifka back towards his back. Can't get near fall points until he gets in control, but they go out of bounds there. Slifka's trying desperately to get back up on top, and he doesn't. He's underneath as they go out of bounds, and that gives Devon 2 more points, make it 8-3.
1:25 left in the third period there. Jake Hewins still leading by a 7-5 margin on Jared Van Sickle with 1:37 left here in the third period.
And Devon on top now with 1:21 left. Slifka rolling around, Devon in the crotch there, got right in the wrist real hard. And coming across, hooking the leg. He's trying to work that Hassman again. Coming up, he's got his elbow in Slifka's ear now and trying to get the hands locked up on the back.
Now Hewins trying to put a leg in, riding a little high as Van Sickle tried to tilt him there, but Hewins able to get back into positions. Hewins leading by a 7-5 margin. 50 seconds left in Devon's match. He leads at 8-3, trying to become the second district qualifier for Decorah.
And he's up over the head now. He's got Slifka's head blocked with his knee. Now he comes over chest to chest, driving Slifka towards his back. He's getting back points now. He's got kind of tied up in the leg. He's got to get out more over the head, and where he's moving out over the chest better now. He's got his 3. That'll make it 11-3 to score.
And the third caution on Hewins is given a point to Van Sickle, and now it's 7-6, and Van Sickle able to roll through, but Hewins stays from behind.
Stayed with him nicely on that roll. Devon still up over the head, and time runs out. 11-3 is the score, so we have Devon
moving on to districts.
11-3 score in the finals.
That's 2 sectional champions here as Van Sickle trying to pop his head here. A stalemate is called. 26 seconds left in the period now. Van Sickle comes back and gets the win here. There will be a wrestle back at 1:26. Hewins still with the arm up on the back, working off to the side. 20 seconds left in the period. Van Sickle fighting for his season life here. 13 seconds left in the period. Hewins still working off to the side. 8 seconds left in the period. It's still 7-6 Hewins. 4 seconds, and now Hewins is getting some back points, and Hewins will get third place. He gets 2 back points, and Jake Hewins from Owine will win 9-6 and will finish third place. No wrestle back here at 126 pounds. Only one thus far. It involves Decorah, and that's at 106 pounds. So let's move on to 132 pounds. The championship bout is is Drew Davis of Independence and Chase Lenhart of Crestwood. And it's Jordan Larson now for North Fayette Valley. And Mitchell Snitker of Walk-On. Snitker gave Drew Davis all he could handle in the semifinals. We almost had our first upset of the day, but we haven't had any on the front side yet. As Drew Davis won 9-7 in overtime. So Storts and Slifka moving on at 126 pounds. No score yet here in the title bout at 132.
And we just had a score here. Jordan Larson took Snitker down to the mat for a 2-point lead here in the third place match. Larson, the third seed, 12-3. Snitker, the fourth seed, 21-16. Larson, a senior. Snitker, a freshman. Snitker came to his feet. Larson lifted him, returned him to the mat. He turned him pretty flat. Larson with a really, really tight waist on. Now tries to bring an arm up behind the back.
.44 seconds left here in the period. No score at 132 between Lenhart of Crestwood and Independence's Drew Davis.
And we're 2-1 right now. Larson from North Fayette Valley over Snitker.
28 seconds left in the period. Neither man with a real good scoring opportunity. Now Davis in on a leg of Chase Lenhart. Lenhart able to get the hips back to this point. He stuffed the head, and Davis gives up the grip of the leg of Lenhart. Lenhart still with the arm around the leg. Davis reaches for that leg. Can't quite get there. 4 seconds left in the period, and it's going to be 0-0 in the title bout going to period number 2.
And we're still 2-1 at the end of the first period. Snitker covers.
Lenhart starts in the down position here in period number 2, able to get to his feet right away. No hand control established yet. Davis doing a pretty good job of circling around behind, but Lenhart turns and faces, gets the escape. Davis now dives in on a shot, but they both go out of bounds with 1:40 left here in the period.
And we've got Larson ahead 3-1 now over Snitker, Mitchell Snitker, and walk on. Both boys on their feet, head to head, doing the third place match.
Takedown attempt on the edge of the mat, but again, they both go out of bounds. 1:26 left here in the period. Lenhart of Crestwood leading Davis of Independence.
And we've got Larson from North Fayette over Mitchell Snitker, 3-1. A minute left in the second period.
1:10 left here in the period. Lenhart still leading by a 1-0 margin on Drew Davis of Independence.
Double leg shot by Larson. Snitker sprawls nicely. Comes in with an underhook. Tries to drive Larson back to his feet. Larson blocks that. Snitker now in the front headlock. Move out the edge of the mat. Both up.
.42 seconds left here in the second period. Davis has the head stuffed of Lenhart, but Lenhart has control of both the arms of Davis. Davis trying to circle around, throws him by, gets to his side, hasn't been able to cover a leg yet. 23 seconds left in the period, still 1-0 Lenhart. Lenhart still with control of the leg of Davis, preventing him from moving in his direction to his right. 10 seconds left here in the period.
We have Snitker trying to headlock here at the edge of the mat. Didn't work, and they come back to the center.
Davis gets one leg over, and has not gotten any control yet, and no points awarded as we go to the third. Chase Lenhart leading by a 1-0 margin.
And we start the third period here with Mitchell Snicker on the bottom.
Davis starts in the bottom position. He's able to get to his feet, but Lenhart, pretty good underhook pressure, throws him back down to the mat.
We've got Jordan Larson, top of Mitchell Snicker here. Snicker comes to his feet.
And now Davis with a reversal, and Davis has taken a 2-1 lead for Independence.
We've still got Jordan Larson on top of Mitchell Snicker here, leading 3-1 with 1:24 left in the third period.
1:19 left here in the period. Davis still leading by a 2-1 margin. Just got a reversal here at the start of the third. Now he's working off to the side. Lenhart trying to shake him as Davis got a bit too high for a second, but now reestablished his good position. 1 minute left here in the third.
We've got Larson, has been riding out to the side. Now he comes up on, hooks a leg, trying to get a wrist with 54 seconds left.
Trying to tilt him is Davis. Davis is now getting back points on Lenhart on the side of the mat. He only got 2 of them inbound, so Bob Murphy is going to award 2 back points as Davis circles in a different direction, and now the shoulder's completely off the mat by Lenhart, but the wrestlers are still in bounds, but the shoulders are not of Lenhart. 13 seconds left here in the period. Davis still leading by a 2-1 margin. He's got 2 back points waiting for him as the grip has not been let go of yet. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Drew Davis of Independence is going to be your sectional champion, winning by a 4-1 margin over Chase Lenhart of Crestwood.
And we're still 3-1 with 7 seconds left, and Jordan Larson put the hard ride on Mitchell Snicker in the third period, and that's the way it's going to end.
So no wrestle back at 132.
So 3-1 for Jordan Larson, and he will finish third.
So we move on to 138. Championship match will be Trey Pekanowski of Crestwood and Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley. The third place match will be Tanner Erickson Dale of Independence and Carter Block of Owine.
Carter Block. And no score either match. And here we've got Owine and Independence for third, and North Fayette Valley and Crestwood for first. Now Pesanowski just hit a headlock on Kerr of Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley at the edge of the mat, and he'll get his 2 takedown, and he'll get back to the. He's still up over the head, and he's got 53 seconds left to finish the job. Trey Pesanowski, the number 1 seed, still up over the head. Now he moves around to the other side. Still got the arms tied up, kind of a barbed wire or Rib City situation. And he gets the fall.
Minute 23.
Trey Pesanowski will be the winner. With that Rib City or barbed wire fall on the other mat, it looks like we've got 4-1 score.
And that is Carter Block of Olwine.
Carter Block of Olwine on top of
leading Tanner Erickson-Dale of Independence.
And it looks like we had a takedown by Carter Block, and then an escape by Erickson-Dale, and then another takedown by Block. So.
Of course, they wait for one class to be done as in compared to moving on to the next weight class, because if you start moving ahead on championship bouts, in case there is a wrestle back down the road, you don't want to give too much of an advantage to a third place guy as compared to a second place.
No, then we will all be standing around waiting.
Yep.
And so this way all the championship round matches should theoretically end at the same time.
1:51 left here in the second period. Olwine's Carter Block leading Tanner Erickson-Dale of Independence, and he gets another takedown now.
He's got a cradle.
And he's got a 6-1 advantage. Had a cradle locked up, but he was out of bounds.
And of course, if Block wins here, there will be no wrestle back.
Yep, only one wrestle back thus far. That will involve Philip Eady of Decorah at 106 pounds.
Well, here we have Erickson-Dale up to his feet. Block locked in behind, picks him up, takes him back down, but the fall comes back down on knees, and he's out of bounds with 1 point. And the escape right on the edge makes it 6-2.
Let's go with our district qualifiers to this point. Michael Millage of Crestwood at 106 is your first place finisher. In the second place match will be later on this afternoon. Philip Eady of Decorah and Jarrett Orr of Independence. 113, Joe Kanoki of Decorah, your champ. Ryan Steffen of Crestwood will finish second. Brandon Mayer of Crestwood, your champ at 120. Brennan Ryan of Olwine finishes second. 126, Devin Storts of Decorah, your champ. Connor Slipka of Crestwood is your runner-up, and at 132, Drew Davis of Independence, your champ, and Chase Lenhart of Crestwood, your runner-up. Right now, it's a 6-2 lead for Carter Block of Olwine, as he leads Tanner Erickson-Dale of Independence.
I'm in the second period, and Erickson-Dale came in at a 13-19 record. I think might be one of the only seeded kids here with perhaps a losing record. We've had a lot of kids with good records here.
Oh, yeah.
And Carter Block, 27-12. .4 seconds to wrestle here in the second period. It is a 6-2 lead for Carter Block of Olwine as they try to keep the seeds true here at this weight class, and a right at the buzzer
takedown for Tanner Erickson-Dale, and now it's a 6-4 advantage.
And again, that's how you lose matches. You can be ahead 6-2. Now you're only ahead 6-4, and Erickson-Dale from Independence will go down. He gets out at 6-5.
Yep.
So, 6-2 lead is not exactly secure, or a secure lead by any means. And Block putting on a pretty good ride. And we've still got Carter Block on top. Got Tanner Erickson-Dale spread out pretty good. And continues to ride hard on top with the 6-4 lead. Third period, a minute left. Trying, working for an arm bar. And a tight waist. And out to the side just far enough to keep from getting called for stalling. Now trying to come up over the head and get something on. It's like trying to put on a pinning competition. He's got a power half in, and he cranks that head down. And trying to crank Tanner Erickson-Dale over.
Again, if the score stays put, there will not be any wrestle back here at 138.
And now he's cranking that power half pretty hard. And Tanner Erickson-Dale kind of spread out here. Blocking the near fall yet, but pretty hard to get out of there, and it's awful hard to call block for stalling, even though he is over leg. Now he drives that leg up, and he's got him on his back, and he pins him. And so block ends up third.
No wrestle back.
That's where he'll stay.
5:40 the time of the fall for Carter Block at 138 pounds. So Trey Pekanovsky of Crestwood and Jared Kerr of North Fayette Valley moving on the district end of things there. Let's move on to 145 championship match. Here at 145 will be Tyler Thomas of Crestwood and Adam Benzing of Waukon. And the consolation match will be Elliott Ryan of Independence and Austin DeMuth of North Fayette Valley.
And no score either match. And we've got Elliott Ryan, Independence here. Austin DeMuth, North Fayette Valley for third. And Tyler Thomas, the top seed, came in 35-2 as a senior against Adam Benzing, 27-7 from Waukon.
No score, 30 seconds into the match there.
And here we coming with DeMuth. Came in with over the top of the head, picked up a leg, like he was trying for a fall right away, but didn't get the takedown. So Elliott Ryan, 25-17, a junior, flipped out of bounds.
Tyler Thomas with 2 wins over Adam Benzing this year. Actually 3 wins over Adam Benzing, 5-0, 3-0, and in 3:37 by fall.
Tyler Thomas, 2 losses on the year, has looked tough. And
Tyler Thomas did not qualify for state a year ago, but did qualify 2 years ago. As Thomas in on a shot, but they go out of bounds.
And we've got DeMuth in on a shot, but out of bounds also.
38 seconds left in the period. We're scoreless in the title bout here.
And also in the third place bout. Both kids doing a little hand fighting here. Ryan and DeMuth. Elliott Ryan, a very tall, lanky young man. Austin DeMuth, a little bit more compact. He's going to start down. Ryan covers.
17 seconds in the championship bout. Still no scoring between Benzing and Thomas.
And DeMuth was up right on the whistle. Ryan takes him back to the mat, but plants him down on his hands and knees rather than extending his body.
And here is Thomas with a throw on Benzing. He's got him on his back at the end of the period. And Benzing is injured. There will be 2 points. And there will be 1 point on the back.
2 on the back.
They pointed. Are they going to give 2 and then the injury point afterwards?
No injury point. I don't think it'd be a near fall point.
Well, what I'm saying is they had 2 back points and then he was injured, so you get the 3 as compared to 2. Correct?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying there.
Yep. That'll make it a 3-point, turn into a 3-point near fall.
And Benzing is hurt right now. 5-0. He leads it. It was a big throw from Thomas with 4.4 seconds left here in the first period.
Probably not enough time for a 3-point near fall.
Yeah.
Because
he hit the throw with about 8 to 9 seconds left, though. So.
Okay. But whether you got a count or not, because of the injury, you get the extra point. Yep, you're absolutely right. I'm going to have you conversant with the rule book here shortly.
Well, it's only taken, what, 10, 12 years?
Yeah, but they change it so much, so
yeah, exactly.
Hard to keep up.
So Benzing back to his feet, and he'll restart in the down position with Thomas leading by a 5-0 margin. Benzing trying to get to his feet. Thomas won't let him do it. The period will come to a close, and it is a 5-0 lead for Tyler Thomas.
And we're 3-1 right now at DeMuth ahead of Ryan here in the third place match. thin on a leg here at the edge of the mat, but I think they'll, no points. Bring them both back up again.
.135 left, a 7-0 lead for Thomas, and blood time for Benzing over there. Thomas trying to become the 5th district, or the 6th already, district qualifier for the Crestwood Cadets.
They're pretty tough in those lower weights.
They are. I'm sorry, it would actually be their 7th district qualifier.
Right? Yeah.
They have 7 in the finals. In the first 7 weight classes, the finals all featured a Crestwood Cadet wrestler.
And we've got a shot here by Ryan, but they go out of bounds, and they come back to the center of the mat. Both on their feet. Both of them trying to establish some hand control here. Ryan, both of them hanging on to each other's wrists. Now we come up with a collar tie by DeMuth.
1:34 left in the second period over here. It's Tyler Thomas leading Adam Benzing by a 7-0 margin.
Ryan makes a shot. DeMuth tries to spin around behind, doesn't get it, and they go out of bounds.
Right now with DeMuth leading, there would not be a wrestle back as of this time.
And that's kind of too bad. You know, Austin Booth, the kid with the 38-6 record, is in here, and senior last shot.
I mean, this was a kid that has never qualified for state, but he got the 100-win plateau, I believe, at the Southwind tournament this year.
Okay. He's
pretty early.
He's a good kid.
Yeah,
a good kid. Won a lot of matches.
But you know what? That's 2A in Northeast Iowa, dude.
That's right.
It's one of those situations where you can point. You can point to down the road. Life ain't fair. Deal with it.
That's right. You know, you're beat by Ryan Benzing 4-3, 1 point.
Yep. And back in the regular season match, he lost to Benzing 5-3, so one takedown away from being a 2 seed.
Yep.
So 30 seconds left here in the period in second. In period number 2, Tyler Thomas of the Crestwood Cadets with a 7-0 lead. Austin DeMuth ends up winning 6-1. And now he needs Adam Benzing to come back and win to get a wrestle back here.
Yeah, Adam Benzing's only down 7-0, so
but
it can happen.
Crazy things.
Yes, and Ryan Benzing's one of the better kids with a headlock.
Oh yeah.
So
Adam Benzing.
I'm sorry.
You're thinking of the old Decorah Viking, graduated probably
right
early
years
2000s.
Ago. Yeah, a number of years ago. Yeah.
Pretty good kid, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he was a good wrestler and a good kid. And. They say when you get a certain age, you live in the past.
Exactly.
I'm probably close.
Well, you said earlier, I'm 26 earlier today. So in 12 years, you'll catch up to me, my friend.
Yeah.
So. If only you could again, right? 7-0, Thomas leading here at the end of the second period. And we are telling the truth.
Yeah, you bet.
Speaking of which, in case you care, Brian Williams is taking a leave of absence from NBC now.
Oh, is that? Well, he can come down and help us broadcast wrestling.
Hey, there we go.
He can tell all kinds of stories.
Yeah. He can talk about being down 7-0 in the third period and headlocking a guy and winning.
Well, you know, it can happen.
Yeah.
I had a son senior year in the state tournament down 7-1 and come back and won 11-7.
Yeah.
So you can score 10 points in that third period from the top position.
Well,
without a headlock. But he was pretty good in the top position.
Thomas starting in the top position, leading 7-1.
And Benzing doing a pretty good job of staying on his base. Thomas puts a leg in, puts him back down. Benzing trying to come up in a tripod, tries to roll. Thomas tries to catch him in it. Doesn't happen. They're back to the base. And Thomas looking to get a wrist up on the back.
1:13 left here in the period. Thomas leading 7-1. If the score stays put, there will be no wrestle back here at 45.
And so Ryan Benzing will move on to districts also.
As will Adam Benzing.
Adam Benzing. Yeah, had to slap me.
I'm just glad I'm perfect and I've never made a mistake, so I can make fun of those that do.
Had to get slapped and woke up here.
40 seconds left here in the period. Tyler Thomas leading by a 7-1 margin, and a
potentially dangerous call there. Yeah, he brought the arm up on behind the back, and pressure was going forward, so official stopped it.
.35 seconds left. So if Tyler Thomas hangs on here, he will be the 7th district qualifier for the Crestwood Cadets out of 7 weight classes thus far.
And a little false start by Adam Benzing, and Thomas brings him back to the mat, got the arm up behind the back now. Looks like he's moving around toward the head, but Benzing a pretty good job of staying down on his base. Thomas now has double arm bars in, and the official stops the mat for blood.
So
Benzing
9 seconds left here in the period.
Adam Benzing with blood time. And Coach Denner and Coach Slifka out there talking to Tyler Thomas. 9.8 seconds left, third period. We've cut the blood time, everything from now on out, just clean up. And got it plugged. We're coming back to the center of the mat.
Aaron Swenson, Dave Omdahl with you here at Sectional Wrestling. We'll be with you from Independence next Saturday. Get to check out their beautiful new gymnasium down there. I know you were down there one of the first nights it opened down there, and
yeah, they had
you've got a lot of history in that community. And
they had an open house for the wrestling team, introduced the wrestlers, and introduced their new wrestling room and gym, and it's something like I've never seen before.
Here is Benzing trying to get free. Thomas down to the ankle, climbs up the ankle, gets above the knee, gets Benzing up in the air, and Thomas will be the champion at 145. 7 district qualifiers for the Crestwood Cadets now, and the first one for the walk-on Indians as Adam Benzing moving on to districts. He was a state qualifier a year ago.
And here we've got quite a match. Championship match, Chase Straw, 36-1. The senior ranked number 1 against Zach Bruns, North Fayette Valley, 36-3. And 38-3.
Third place match will be Cole Stanford of Owine and Gunnar Grandgard of Walk-On.
Now we got Straw in on a leg now. Head inside single, in on a leg. Bruns is blocking it with a whizzer. Straw tries to lift the leg high, tries to trip him backwards, and he does. And Chase Straw has a 2-0 lead over Zach Bruns, North Fayette Valley. Bruns tries to roll.
Lost once.
Yeah, Bruns tried to roll through. Straw followed him. Both on their feet now. Straw brings him down. Bruns tries to roll again. Straw follows him. And Straw riding tough on top. This is going to be a tough match, and this could be another finals of state tournament.
Yeah, you know, You got a first and a fourth-ranked kid at 52 right here.
Right.
And down on the other end, we got Owen Stanford is getting the fall in a minute on Gunnar Grandgard of Walk-On. Cole Stanford gets the fall for the Owine Huskies. Getting the fall in a minute. And now
we've got an escape by Bruns. We got a takedown here on the edge of the mat by Straw. And if that takedown had been in bounds, he'd have got back points, but Bruns was all the way out, so no back. And we come back at the end of the period with a 4-1 lead for Chase Straw, number 1 ranked from Independence. He defers.
And now Cole Stanford needs Zach Bruns to come back and win this one for him to get a wrestle back here.
Zach Bruns chooses down. And,
probably a lot to ask against Chase Straw, but you know what? Zach Bruns is right there with the best people in this area.
Right up there with the best of them, so... and Bruns moves to a sit-out position. Straw's in behind, follows him nicely. Bruns comes up, and he's out for the escape, makes it 4-2. And... Both fighting for hand control. Bruns with the collar tie. Bruns makes a shot from a long ways away, easily blocked by Straw.
Bruns ended up wrestling Jake Jewell, the 60-pounder for Independence earlier this year. Lost in overtime by 4-2 margin there.
That was in the Independence tournament.
Yep. And Straw did not wrestle a North Fayette kid this year.
Yeah. Well, I think probably given the size of Bruns, he doesn't look very big. He doesn't look as big as Straw, actually. And as he goes on to the state tournament, probably do better at 52 than at 60.
Yep.
Now Straw come over the top of the head and took Bruns right to his back and stuck him. So
3:15, the top of the fall.
And Chase Straw with a fall over Zach Bruns of North Fayette Valley.
So Independence now with 2 state or district qualifiers, and North Fayette Valley with 2 qualifiers as well. Now Jake Jewell of Independence and Alec Felshul of Decorah up at 160 pounds. Jewell, the top seed, a ranked kid here at 160. He was a WAMAC Conference champ. Alec Felshul, a conference runner-up a week ago to probably one of the best kids in the state, and Bryce Dyer.
Bryce Dyer.
Jewell is ranked number 4 in the state for Independence. Jewell in on a shot with Felshul. Takes advantage of the single that he got and gets Felshul down on the mat, and it's a 2-0 lead as they go out of bounds with 1:20 left here in the period.
You know, it can't hurt Jake Jewell any to have Chase Straw to wrestle with every day in the room either. So
not at all.
Nope. And we've got Austin Duffy from Owine here against David Miller from Waukon for the 3rd place match. And we've got a takedown by Austin Duffy.
And a nice mat return by Jake Jewell as Felshul was able to get to his feet.
And we got a stalling call against Jewell. And I can hear the folks in the Independence crowd up here hollering it's way too quick. But I just assumed he hadn't got that stalling call because I don't want to see him encouraged to go even harder.
Felshul able to get out to make it a 2-1 match with 53 seconds left here in the period.
Jewell makes a shot at the legs. Felshul steps back. We've got a 5-2 match over here. Duffy 5 and we just got a reversal by Waukon. Make it 5-2. and they go out of bounds.
31 seconds left here in the first period. It's a 2-1 lead for Jewel, who got a quick takedown on Felschul early on. Jewel able in on a shot. Alec able to stuff the head. Both men return to their feet as they wrestle towards the corner. They go out of bounds with 17 seconds left here in the period. A 2-1 lead for Jewel.
And we've got 6-3 right now. Duffy leading David Miller of Walk On.
And a reminder that Duffy was the 170-pound Northeast Iowa Conference champ last week. Moving down to 160 here for districts, or for sectionals. Hopefully both for him. So
yeah.
That's what he's thinking.
That's what he's thinking, yeah.
.158 left here in the second period, a 2-1 lead for Jewel. Felschul starts in the down position. Alec able to get to his feet, tries to turn and face. Jewel goes down to that ankle.
Drops right down on an ankle.
And the leg and the ankle were getting bent in a funny way, so a potentially dangerous situation there.
We've got both boys in the third place match on their feet now. Miller makes a shot here at Duffy's leg, but Duffy comes around behind him to score 2, which ends up making it 8-3.
1:35 left here in the second period. Jewel still keeping Felschul in that down position. They wrestle towards the side of the mat and they go out of bounds. 1:24 left here in the second period. Jewel still keeping Felschul down for the first 36 seconds.
Alec gets a restart here. Minute 24 left to go.
Felschul able to get to his feet. No hand control established. Jewel goes down to a leg and able to return Felschul to the mat with a minute 15 left here in the second period.
And it looks like we got Duffy just pinned Miller from Walk On for the third place match.
3:12 the time of that fall, so I guess no matter what happens now, Alec Felschul is going to be a qualifier for the district meet. Felschul trailing 2-1 with a minute left here in the
Working
period.
to get out. Now you've got a situation where Jewel is hanging on that leg, and that early stalling call could come back to bite him. That the official calls it potentially dangerous instead of stalling. But you got to move up on that leg. You can't hang on it. And
53 seconds left here in the second period. Jewel has kept Felschul down, but Felschul able to get to his feet once again, but hand control still there for Jewel. Now he's tilting Felschul. He gets
2 counts of 1, but they won't add up.
Yes.
And Felschul.
Way to finish my sentence there, David. You knew what I was thinking.
Yeah. And that was awful quick counts anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say. 30 seconds left here in the second period. 160 championship bout. Jewel and Felschul. Alec trying to sit out, trying to get to his feet, but we go out of bounds.
Go out of bounds.
22 seconds left here in the second period. Felschul returns to the down position. Good job of getting chopped down.
Yeah,
Jewel
hanging tight waist, chopping the wrist. 15 seconds left. Alex stands up. He picks up the ankle and drives us back to the mat. And Alex coming back to a base, coming up into a tripod, trying to roll through. Jewel just follows him on the roll, and that's the end of the second period.
A 2-1 lead for Jewel as we go to the third, and Jewel, I'm assuming, will start down here in the third period. He will. We never should assume, David.
No. Jewel to his feet. Jewel rolls through, but Alec doesn't follow him, and makes it 3-1. Jake Jewel, Independence over Alec Felschul. Both boys on their feet.
But you're not in a bad situation if you're Alec here. Take
right on the edge of the mat and out of bounds on all points. Coach Adams over there letting him know do that in the middle of the mat. Both of them working head control. Now Jewel tries for collar, works collar tie. Break contact. Move back toward the center.
Jewel trying to become the third qualifier for Independence. Felschul will become the third qualifier for Decorah.
Good shot on Alex's part, but a little far away and a lot of bounds.
1:10 left here in the third period. A 3-1 lead for Jake Jewel, the top seed at 60.
And Jewel ties up here. Both boys at collar ties. Now they break free.
52 seconds left in the period. Alec has not been in on a serious shot.
No, and he's
ever
not
since Jewel got the escape at the start of this period.
No, and we're not going to get a stalling call against Jewel either unless we push him, give the referee a little help. And
Jewel was warned for stalling in that first period.
Yeah.
38 seconds left in the period. A 3-1 lead for Jewel.
And again, unless we push him, force him out of bounds. There, Jewel sprawls toward the out of bounds, but we aren't in very deep. And Jewel ties up our head now, and he's just basically hanging. And the referee brings it back to the center.
Well, and Felschul was quick off the whistle that time, but a big-time caution.
That's okay. It's just a caution. And again, though, he's got to push him. Jewel is just backing up, hanging on. He's backing up. That's all he's doing.
Reach for a shot
he's
from
on the leg,
but too little, too late. And Jake Jewel will be your champion at 160. But Alec Felschul will be moving on to districts.
And there'll be no wrestlebacks.
And we move on to 170.
And we've got Nick Baumler from North Fayette Valley against Nick Holt. Nick's going to win this match, and from North Fayette, from Independence. North Fayette Valley in on a single. They go out of bounds, and right toward the edge of the mat. Come back in now. Baumler still up, and he's got the 2-point takedown. So 2 for Nick Baumler. On the other mat, we've got Luke Dixon from Decorah, and he's going to be battling Joe Frieden from Waukon. And nothing on that mat, on the third place mat. 2-0, Nick Baumler over Nick Holt, Independence. And so we still nothing on the third place match. Frieden in, Luke drops in nice on a double, but Frieden blocks it with double underhooks, and they come back to the center. And still nothing. We've got an escape here for Nick Holt from Independence, and makes it 2-1 on the first place match here. And still nothing. Still 2-1 down here. And I'm not sure what the team score is now, but with Crisco having 7 qualifiers, they're kind of in the maybe in the driver's seat. And even though I think Independence might have been the favored team, but one of Independence' problems is they got their strength in the upper weights. And North Fayette Valley is pretty darn strong in some of these upper weights, as is Oline. So Crisco might get a little help from those other 2 teams. We'll see what happens here as round's over. But Oline's got some awfully good kids in these upper weights, and as does North Fayette Valley. Still no change. 2-1 in the third place match. Nothing. Luke's in on a shot here, but Frieden blocks it off. Frieden tries for a trip. Luke comes out, squares up, faces him. 26 seconds left. Still nothing. Got another takedown over here for North Fayette, Baumler, and makes it 4-1 at the end of the first period. Independence choice, he defers. Baumler, tall, lanky young man, chooses down. And we're still Dixon's in. Luke's in on a single, but Frieden gets his hips back, squares up with him, and that's the way we're going to end up first period. Nothing. Joe Frieden, Waukon Jr., 24-12 against Luke Dixon, 17-15, senior. And Palmer is up and out, makes it 5-1 against Nick Holt. And Joe Frieden, the 3rd seed, Luke Dixon, the 4th seed. Frieden covers. Luke sits Dixon, sits out, tries to grab the head. Frieden follows around behind, got a power half. Luke breaks that. And we're still neutral over here on the first place match between Holt and Baumler.
And still 0-0 on the 3rd place bout between Frieden and Dixon. Start of the 2nd period, Luke starting in the down position.
Luke tried to wing the arm down there when Frieden came up with a half Nelson on the far side. Frieden sprawled. Wasn't successful. Frieden trying to cover the top, trying to come out to the side with a half, but Luke's doing a pretty good job of keeping his head up. Got to look away from that. Luke tried to wing him down now, reach behind, shouldn't do that, but comes back up to a neutral position. Luke's up to his feet and he's out. Luke ahead of Frieden 1-0.
And with Baumler leading 5-1, Luke can get himself a wrestle back with a victory here.
Yep, and a 3rd place sectional medal, which is a little different than any other medal you get.
Yeah.
So
34 seconds left in the period down there as Dixon got the escape at the start of the 2nd period. He leads it by a 1-0 margin. They both go out of bounds. Neutral restart with 27.9 to wrestle.
Not a good match in a way for Luke. He needs to be rolling around down there where he can grab a hold of something. So now he's in on an outside single. Frieden whizzes to stop it. Frieden trying to
17 seconds
grab
left
the arm.
in the period. Scramble situation, 10 seconds left in the period. Now both men break away after returning to their feet with 6 seconds left in the period. Frieden and Dixon 1-0 Luke, and that's the score as we go to the 3rd.
And we're 7-1 down here. Nick Baumler over Nick Holt from Independence with just a couple seconds left in the 2nd period. And, 3rd period, Frieden shows down. Luke on top, he's set, and Frieden starts to stand up. And Luke breaks him back to the mat. Frieden up, face him, and it's 1-1.
In Baumler leading down here, starting the 3rd period, 7-1. If Dixon can get a victory here, Luke would get himself a wrestle back to try to get to districts next week.
And with Luke Dixon, you never know.
Exactly.
He's a pinner. And right now we've got...
And he gets pinned a lot, but you know what?
Right.
He does a lot of pinning,
That's
too.
right. That's right.
That's why his record going in was 17-15.
Yep.
12-point swing. We don't know which way.
Yeah. And we've got Nick Holt from Independence getting away here with a minute left, making it 7-2 on the first place match. And now shot by Holt, but Baumler sprawls and comes in on a sprawl. Not only sprawled, but come back in on a leg and go off the edge of the mat.
1-1, both men just kind of hanging on ties with 1 minute left here in the 3rd period. Here's Frieden getting to a leg of Dixon, gets the leg up in the air, trips him, and covers him for the takedown. And it's now a 3-1 lead for Joe Frieden with 53 seconds left here in the 3rd.
we're still at 7-2. Independence would have liked to take down at the edge of the mat there, but they aren't going to get it. We're going to come back neutral yet.
Here is Dixon. Tried to get the leg over Frieden's leg, but Frieden was able to react in time to keep control. 36 seconds left here in the period.
Got an outside shot by Independence, but he goes down to his belly, and Balmer sprawled. 43 seconds left the third period.
22 seconds left in the period. Now Frieden getting a couple of back points on Dixon, actually, and he'll end up getting 2 back points on an awfully quick count.
Yeah, it was not only a quick count, but it wasn't really, he didn't have an pinning. You got to have him in a pinning situation. He was just rolling around.
I know the scoreboard now says 3-3, but it should be 5-1.
Yeah. And give the Holt kid from Independence credit here. He's in on the shots, but Balmer fighting them off. 7-1 lead. He doesn't have to be too aggressive, but Independence does. Now we got Dixon up
able
there
to get a reversal, but it's too little too late, as it's a 5-3 victory for Joe Frieden here at 170. And if that stays put, no wrestle back. If the championship bout, which stays put, and
it will. It's only 4 seconds left, so.
And Balmer will win by a 9-2 margin, so no wrestle back here at 170.
So Luke Dixon will end up third. Still.
Well, that's one above his seed.
Still to say, yeah, it's one above his seed, and no, he'll finish fourth. I'm sorry, he'll finish his fourth. He'll finish fourth, and that was his seed. So he wrestled up to his seed. So he wrestled up to his seed.
And when you do that, yes, you can't complain. I know coaches always want you to get to that barrier where you can get above your seed and maybe increase those expectations a little bit, but at the same time,
what you like. But we're going down here at 182 pounds, and we've got the third place match here where we've got Kelvin Geyer, North Fayette,
and Robbie McKeeman.
Yep.
And on the first place match on the far end, it'll be Logan Williams of Independence at 20-14, Andy Lilligraven of Decorah.
And we've got Geyer with McKeeman on his back here at the edge of the mat with a headlock, and they're going out of bounds.
McKeeman's a thrower, but he can't do it from that position.
No, Geyer must be a thrower too, because he threw him right down early in the period, and they go out of bounds. And we're going to have a 5-0 score here.
Here's Andy with a big lift and a takedown on Williams, and it's a 2-0 lead for Andy Lilligraven.
And Logan Williams comes in with a 2014 record, so he has been beat too during the year. He comes to his feet now, reaches back for a leg. Andy blocks that.
Return.
Oh, turns his bait, puts him down hard. And Andy hanging on tight. Now he cuts him loose.
And it's a 2-1 advantage for Lilligraven. 1:10 left here in the first period. It's been all number 1 seeds that have been the champions to this point. Here is Williams getting to the leg of Lilligraven, has lifted the leg, has been able to take Andy back down and covers him up. And it's a 3-2 lead for Logan Williams of Independence. 50 seconds left here in the first period.
Nice attempt at a dive out there by Andy. He's wrestling hard. Keep him moving. We got the escape over here by McKeeman, so it's 5-1 in the third place match.
36 seconds left here in the first period. In the championship bout, as Williams leading by a 3-2 margin, trying to hook something up on the side. There's Lilligraven trying to reach back for the head that time, but is unsuccessful. And Williams goes back to working on the wrist with 18 seconds left here in the period. Williams leads it by a 3-2 margin. Williams the top seed, Lilligraven the number 2 seed.
We've got another 2 points here near fall for Geyer to make it 7-1 as the first period ends. 3-2, the championship match.
As we go to the second period, Lilligraven will have the choice, and he will start in the down position. 7-1 North Fayette with Geyer leading here.
Shot at a stand-up, blocked with Independence picked up the ankle there, Williams. And he keeps moving though, and now finally Independence with a tight waist and has him extended. We've got a 2-point reversal over here by Geyer, but McKeeman is looks like he's trying to come up, trying to roll. Now he's rolled Geyer to his back for 2. Geyer's got a belly out. Like this McKeeman is dangerous. And score now is 9-3 with McKeeman on top.
McKeeman, a sophomore with an 18-24 record, kind of reminds me a lot of Luke Dixon.
Yeah,
his matches are usually 12-point swings. We don't know which way.
Yep, there's a lot of rolling around. He's dangerous when he's rolling around. We got
Williams with an arm up on the back of Lilligraven, tried to run him over, but he wasn't able to do it.
Arm slipped out.
As the arm slipped out, and now Williams back to a little bit of a parallel ride, but he does have a leg in here. 57 seconds left in the period. Andy started in the down position, has stayed there. He trails 3-2.
And Williams come out for a half. Andy, nice job of getting his head up. And Williams riding pretty tough on top with the wrist tied up. Now Andy gets the wrist loose. Got to get his hips up though.
35 seconds left here in the period. A 3-2 lead for
Williams. Has the wrist on Andy. Now we've got McKeeman over here with the guillotine on, but
and now McKeeman steps over,
comes into
had the half, lost it.
Two more back there.
And it's a 9-5 advantage with 10 seconds left here in the third. 10 seconds.
Geyer ahead. Geyer still ahead.
3-2. Williams will lead Lilligraven as we go to the third period. Logan Williams, the top seed for Independence. He will go down. To start the third period.
And we've got...
and here's Andy cradling up Williams. But lost the grip.
Here we got Geyer coming up from underneath, and they're on their feet now, both locked up in a... Look like somebody could get a throw here. They go toward the edge of the mat. McKeeman drops down on a leg.
3-2, Lilligraven still in the top position. We're working pretty hard off to the side right now, but hasn't been able to hook anything up. Williams able to get to a...
Just kind of sitting, holding on to his base there, basing out.
1:18 left here in the period. Now McWilliams able to get to his feet, reaches back for the head of Andy.
Trying to turn, but Andy kept that arm nicely and follows him behind.
1:03 left here in the third period, a 3-2 lead. Now Andy's just going to let him go. Goes right after him, gets to a leg, has control of that leg, but loses control of the leg, and Williams steps over and gets the takedown.
He sprawls and comes around behind.
And now trying to get Andy on his back.
Andy's coming around. Williams follows him.
38 seconds left here in the period. Geyer still leading down here by a 9-5 margin.
They're all locked up, and then McKeeman comes up on top here. Makes it 9-7. O-line coaches tell him, cut him, and he does, and they go out of bounds. So we got a 10-7 match here with 47 seconds left.
And Williams with a 6-2 lead on Andy Lilligraven. 10 seconds left here in the third period. And Logan Williams for Independence will be your champ, or so it appears. He leads with 4.2 seconds left in the period as blood time called with Lilligraven here. It's a 10-7 lead for Geyer. If Geyer wins this, we will have a wrestle back at 182. There's 24.5 seconds to wrestle here in the third period. Geyer leading this by a 10-7 margin.
McKeeman coming in with an underhook. Geyer locked up around the head. Head and arm. Guy got a head and arm locked up.
They're cleaning up the blood of Williams over there.
Out of bounds with 5 seconds left.
McKeeman looking for the big throw.
Not going to get it.
And Geyer will win 10-7, and he'll get a chance to wrestle back against Andy Lillegraven later on as Logan Williams wins 6-2 over Andy Lillegraven of Decorah.
So there will be a wrestle back.
So 2 wrestlebacks on the day, and both involving Decorah Viking wrestlers.
And here at 195 in third place match, we'll have Trevor Trendy against Nashua Lansing. Trevor Trendy from Crestwood Cresco. Nashua Lansing from North Fayette.
Should be a good one here at 195. Matt McMillan, a WAMAC Conference champ for Independence, and Zach Lamphere, the Northeast Iowa Conference champ for Owine here in the title bout. Title bout on the near side as they flip-flop mats for the first and the third end of things. 2 wrestlebacks, 106 and 182.
And we've got Lansing from North Fayette with a takedown over Trevor Trendy. Trendy's up and looks like he'll go to the edge of the mat. No points. Trevor Trendy goes back down.
No scoring yet here on the championship mat between Lamphere and McMillan. Lamphere, a state place winner a year ago. He finished 7th. McMillan has qualified for state the last 2 years for Independence.
And McMillan, I think, lost a close match to Lammers from West Delaware in the duel. Lammers went.
Lammers, the top ranked kid at this weight class for West Delaware.
And we've still got a reversal now by Trevor Trendy. They'll tied it up. No, it's 5-2.
So
Lansing got back points.
Involved in all that.
And Lansing got back points a little too high, and Trendy reversed him, so Trendy will start on top now and they come back from out of bounds. And looks like we've got 10 seconds left out here at the first place mat, and that may go into the second period. Nothing.
And now Trendy trying to roll through, trying to get Lansing on his back, but Lansing able to counter it well. 2 back points for Trendy, a reversal for Lansing. It will be 7-4 Lansing as we go to the second period on the third place mat.
We're scoreless. Going in the second period, McMillan with his choice. He goes down. He's set. Lamphere covers. And McMillan to his feet. Lamphere's controlling the wrist, but McMillan's out for the 1-0 lead. McMillan with both boys back with a collar tie. With a slide by tried, but they got it out of bounds.
Lansing still leading 7-4 as Trendy starts in the top position. Trendy trying to roll Lansing over. No change of control established there. No back points awarded. They're at 195 already here this afternoon.
And we've got on the title match here 1-0 lead for Matt McMillan, junior from Independence, 33-6, 2-time state qualifier against Zach Lamphere, senior from Owine, 45-1, the 7th place finisher at state last year.
7-4 the lead for Lansing on Lamphere.
Nice arm drag by McMillan. Went from an arm drag to a head inside single. Lamfer's countering it with a whizzer. And they go toward the edge of the mat here. And still no takedown. And they go out of bounds.
It looks like Trendy has gotten a fall on Lansing here. And Lansing is hurt as he goes back to the center here. Trendy gets the fall in 3/17. Trevor Trendy for Crestwood.
And that's a four seed beating a 3 seed.
Yep. And now if he needs Lamphere to come back and win and get himself a wrestle back and try to become the 8th district qualifier for the Crestwood Cadet.
And that'll be hard to do.
Well,
but you got a shot.
Yeah, but
got a shot.
So you're saying there's a chance, David?
There's a chance. Right now we're 1-0. McMillan ahead of Lamford. We go to the third period. Lamford starts on the bottom, tries for a switch. McMillan catches the arm, and now he's got an arm. Lamford's up on the back, trying to get a wrist on the other side. Lamford's not letting that happen, and McMillan's still on top. Now he's got a wrist on the far side. Well, he's lost the wing on the other side. Working to get the wing on the left side. Lamford does have that left shoulder wrapped up, so I don't know if that's some problems with that or not, but that's the side that McMillan is working on right now. On the left side of Zach Lamford. Trying to load something up here.
Championship bout here at 195 right now. McMillan trying to become the first 2 seed today to win a sectional championship.
And blood time right now on Zach Lamford. And I'll try and get looks like a nose. Yep. Little nosebleed. Cleaning the blood up off the mat. And we'll have 2 minutes. 2 minutes for that.
And no blood on the body of McMillan right now.
No, that's cut. The rest of it's just cleanup. So getting ready. Still 1-0 with Matt McMillan over Zach Lamford. Lamford the number 1 seed, McMillan the number 2 seed. McMillan, very tall, rangy young man. Lamford a little bit shorter. Lamford looks like the more powerfully built of the two. McMillan might have a little leverage with his length. And Coach Doyle and Coach Donnelly over there giving him a little advice in the corner. Zach Lamford comes back to the center, gets set. McMillan covers.
57 seconds left here in the title bout.
And Lamford goes for a switch. He's got it hooked up. It comes to his feet. Nice return to the mat by McMillan. Lamford tries to switch again. McMillan blocks it. And Lamford's back on his hands and knees. McMillan on top trying to cut an arm. Got him down trying to get control of a wrist. Lamford keeping his wrist free. Tried the far wrist. Now McMillan got Lamford down extended. Lamford tries to come back to his knees. Got a little pressure on by McMillan. He's working up trying to get a wrist. Riding across there, got a leg hook. That keeps McMillan from switching again. McMillan really likes that set out and switch, but it's hard to do when the leg is hooked like that. But McMillan's still working hard, and he's going to ride him out.
And that's
it.
First 2 seed to win.
And he rode him out for a 1-0 win.
So So Independence now has 6 district qualifiers.
And
Owine now has 2.
that was a big win for Indy.
That was a Wamac Conference champ beating a Northeast Iowa Conference champ.
Yeah, but a big win for Indian team-wise.
Yeah, let's look at some of those team standings. Of course, the top 2 will move on to the regional team duels coming up on Tuesday night. We'll let them roll across the screen up here. Team scores as of right now. Independence 205, Crestwood 176, North Fayette Valley 164.5, Decorah 144, Owine 142, Waukon 101. So we're at 220 right now. And we have Tyler Johansson and Travis McMillan. Seeds 1 and 2.
Another McMillan from a different town.
Exactly.
This is McMillan from Owine.
He had a Northeast Iowa Conference champ and an Upper Iowa Conference champ in the title bout here. And we have Dawson Reagan of Waukon and Jason Grover of Independence.
Hey, have you seen Jason?
In the 3rd place match. No score yet. We're a minute 15 into the championship bout.
And Tyler Johansson with a 25-1 record is the number 1 seed, and Travis McMillan from Owine is a 42-2 record, number 2 seed. In this case, McMillan from Owine, a pretty good, big, long, rangy kid. Tyler Johansson, an excellent athlete. We got Grover from Independence here. Tall, lanky, real tall, lanky against the stockier Dawson Reagan from Waukon. Grover was the 3rd seed. Reagan was 4th. Both mats, nothing.
15 seconds left in the title mat on the far end.
And 50 seconds left here on the 3rd place match.
Johansson gets a takedown with 5 seconds left in the period, and Johansson takes a 2-0 lead.
And we got Grover with a takedown here with 39 seconds left over on Reagan. Reagan working to his feet. Grover gets him back down, extends him, got a cradle now. Locked up, Grover brings the cradle over, only gets a 1 count, and loses his lock. And we got a quick takedown by Johansson up on the 1st place match to lead 3-0 over Travis McMillan from Owine.
And Johansson getting out to start the 2nd period as well. A takedown at the end of the 1st period and a quick takedown or a quick escape to start the 2nd period.
And we're going to go into the 2nd period here on the 3rd place match. And Reagan gets his choice. He defers. And Grover from Independence chooses neutral. Grover from Independence leading 2-0. 1st period takedown.
1:13 left in the 2nd period over on the title match. Tyler Johansson leading by a 3-0 margin. He gets to a leg of Travis McMillan, steps over. McMillan trying to whizzer out of it, and there's the takedown for Johansson. He now leads it 5-0. Johansson, a 2-time state place winner for the North Fayette Hawks.
And we've got...
let's not forget Valley and Tiger in there.
Yeah, we've got Grover in on a shot, but Reagan blocked it. And... oh goodness, Grover tried to trip Reagan to his back, but instead he got his body completely extended. Reagan throws him to his back and pins him. So Dawson Reagan will finish 3rd.
And he'll have a pretty good chance at a wrestleback, I'd say here.
Yeah, he could.
That's Tyler Johansson leading 5-0 with 20 seconds left here in the 2nd period.
terrible move on the part of Jason Grover. If he'd have just stuck to plain wrestling, it would have been all right, but he reached in deep for a trip and got himself completely extended. And I'll tell you, you don't even want to do that against Waukon. They're pretty good throwers over there. And
yep, always have been.
Got planted. Yep.
And 3.4 seconds left here in the second period. Tyler Johansson of North Fayette Valley leading by a 2-0 margin. Here is Travis McMillan getting to his feet, but Johansson able to take him back down to the mat. And the score remains 5-0 as we go to the third period.
And he lets him up. He says, just come on up. We'll go on our feet, so it makes it 5-2.
Actually, it's 5-1.
5-1.
That was the first
point. They gave that point before before he got to his feet. But he's back in on a takedown now. McMillan trying to roll him through here, but Johansson now switches to switches off to a double.
1:40 left here in the period, and stalemate going to be called, or they're going to be out of bounds. Yep, they're out of bounds.
Yeah.
1:38 left here in the third period, a 5-1 lead for Tyler Johansson. If this score stays put, McMillan would have to wrestle again against Dawson Reagan of Waukon, and a wrestle back later on this afternoon. There's only been 2 wrestle backs, and there's I guess we're at our 13th weight class of the day, and there's been 11 number 1 seeds that have won, and 1 number 2 seeds that has won. So the guy who ran the seating meeting, I'm only saying this because he's 5 feet away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Denny Osmondson must have done a hell of a good job today.
Yeah.
Well, he must have gotten those coaches to get along. And
I guess he must have had a bullwhip in the meeting.
Did you have a bullwhip in the meeting?
Yeah,
he did.
That's what I thought.
Did he borrow the one Dave Omdahl uses at times? So
I just stare him down.
Well, there are certain people that would say you probably do. So
anyway.
But got some blood time over on the championship match right now. It is 1:38 left here in the third period. Tyler Johansson trying to become the fourth qualifier of the day for the North Fayette Valley Hawks. And
we've got Carter Zedlicki over here warming up. And young man from North Fayette getting ready to. But we got 1:34 seconds left in the third period with 5-1 score between Tyler Johansson and Travis McMillan. Johansson makes a shot to leg. McMillan steps out. McMillan comes back in, makes a bad shot. But there's some heads bumped. And
Johansson will get a takedown, and
he'll get
McMillan a little slow in getting up.
Yeah. And so we've got blood time. It looks like, I wonder if he didn't bump his knee as he was going by.
Perhaps.
And I think he's...
Yeah, 2 trainers out checking on McMillan, and now Johansson has some blood, so one of the trainers has to take care of him.
So we got both wrestlers being taken care of here. And I
1:21 left here in the third period. A 7-1 lead for Tyler Johansson, a 2-time state place winner for North Fayette. 2 years ago he was 8th. Last year he was 5th place.
McMillan comes back to the middle of the mat. O-line coach talking to the official here. Not sure. I'm just wondering. Maybe see what the result is here.
It's not a high-intensity conversation, and
no.
whatever explanation Todd Castley got, he is satisfied with, as Johansson going to put McMillan back up to make it 7-2 with 1:18 left here in the third period.
I was afraid maybe McMillan might have thought he got his bell rung. And with the emphasis that they put on concussions now, if the referee sees evidence of a concussion, he'll stop the match. And in that case, McMillan would have lost it on the basis of that.
1:05 left here in the third period. And if you go through concussion protocol at this time, there's probably no way he's coming back in 45 minutes and wrestling in his third place match if you go by the book.
Exactly. You almost have to have a doctor to give him a medical clearance. I think the way they're emphasizing it.
And rightfully so.
You want him to be able to see straight when he's 30. But apparently that didn't show any effects, so he's back out on the mat with 28 seconds left.
7-2 the lead for Tyler Johansson.
Nice front headlock. McMillan still battling.
20 seconds left here in the period.
Tries a little slide by there. Johansson, excellent position on the part of Johansson. Tough kid, strong kid, good athlete. And now he comes around, tries to come around behind.
1 second left as they go out of bounds. 7-2 Tyler Johansson leading 7-2, and that means Travis McMillan will have to wrestle against Austin Reagan a little later on at 220 pounds. So let's go to heavyweight. Tell you what, if I told you at the start of this year that Carter Zidlicki would have been a Northeast Iowa Conference champ and wrestling for a sectional title, what would you have called me?
Delusional.
Well, you know what?
Or drunk, one or the other.
Sometimes two, one and the same, but here we go. It's Carter Zidlicki and Ethan Lape.
And Lape, obviously the heavier of the two. Carter, the 220-pounder up. A little taller than Lape, though, but Lape is built like a barrel. And a pretty good athlete to boot. And he's doing a pretty good job of controlling Carter, trying to lower Carter's level, working his head. And Carter trying to stay square with him. And here toward the edge of the mat. And they're going to go out of bounds. Looks like. No, they're not. And Lape comes around behind him. Moves those short legs of him pretty fast. Carter comes to his feet, comes out to face him, and they go out of bounds, and we're still down.
1:09 left in the first period over there. It's a Lape lead of 2-0.
Lape can move those short little legs pretty fast as he comes around.
Yeah.
And Lape comes on top. Carter attempts to stand up. Lape does a pretty good job of grabbing the arm, breaking him down. Now he comes over the far side for a power half. And that Carter broke pretty flat, trying to pry that shoulder up with that power half. Carter's up to his knees now. And
no score over on the third place match between Henry Horan of Owan and Brett Powers of Independence.
And Henry Horan come out of the 5th seed.
Yep.
And beaten Iverson first round.
Well, and he won 6-4 over Iverson, and Iverson was a heavyweight that beat everybody else in the Northeast Iowa Conference. So
Ed Carter made an effort to get up, but Lape has him back down on his belly again.
And Carter has an undersized heavyweight.
There's a lot of pressure there.
You bet.
Lape's pretty heavy boy.
Lape trying to become the 5th qualifier for North Fayette Valley. Carter trying to become the 4th qualifier for Decorah.
I don't know what Lape weighs as far as heavyweights go, but he's a little short.
Yep.
So he might not be as heavy as some of them. But he's not cutting to 220 anytime soon.
No, he's not. He was a good offensive lineman on their state championship football team this year.
I can see that. He's a good athlete. He's got good motion with his feet. Moves his feet well. Carter up on top, trying to break Ethan Lape to the mat. Lape doing a great job of staying on his base. Carter's up with Lape. He comes up in a tripod now. Now he's to his feet. Now he's got to get hand control. He goes out of bounds and doesn't make it. Doesn't get it. And he goes back down.
Independence's Bowers has taken a 1-0 lead on Henry Horan of Owine.
And we've got Carter Zidlicki still riding tough on top of Ethan Lape. And putting a lot of forward pressure on him, keeping Ethan Lape from getting his shoulders up. Now he got him flat on the mat. He's trying to get an arm up behind the back. Lape comes back to his knees. It's hard to keep down. Now Lape turns into him. Carter picks up an ankle, drives him to the mat. Carter still staying on top, riding tough. Good job of picking up the ankle. I thought Lape was going to turn into him and turn away, but before he could get away, Carter had that ankle picked up. Carter controlling an inside wrist now. Now he's working for the other wrist. And now he's in the crotch trying to drive Lape forward. And now he's clear up on an arm. And Lape is coming to his knees. We keep driving him forward. We're on an ankle, driving forward. There's only 31 seconds left. Lape is coming up trying to get into a tripod.
Bowers still leading 1-0 across the way.
Now we're down to 20 seconds, and Carter is still doing a pretty good job of keeping Lape down. This really counts. If we can ride him out
Now, what do you do here in the third, David?
Yeah, that's a good question. There he's up on top, still driving. And we're going into the third period behind 2-0. And we're going to go down, I guess.
I think
Lape is pretty tired. He said he's expended a lot of energy there on the bottom. What we got to do is we got to get out quickly.
And get that takedown.
Can't give him a rest.
Carter trying to sit out, able to get to his feet. Lape still with the hands around his hip, and he throws him off the mat.
Drives him clear into the stands. Carter
a little slow in getting up that time. And no change. 1:52 left here in the third. 2-0. Lape with the lead.
And coaches tell him instead of standing straight up, he's got to try to turn 90 degrees to Lape. And
across the way, it's Horan, and the Bowers still 1-1.
And Carter moves into a sit position. Lape's got one arm up on the back now, and he's got the far wrist. I'm sure this is someplace where Lape's pretty comfortable here with that wing and a wrist. And he's trying to come up around the head, but Carter's turned his hips into him pretty hard. And nevertheless, Lape can kill a lot of time here.
1:26 left here in the third period. Lape 2-0 lead.
And Lape's out to the side with that wing and the wrist yet, riding that hard. And it's going to be very hard for Carter to get out of that unless he can get his arm free. And Lape's got the arm pretty tight. Now Carter comes to his knees. Lape's going around the head as they go towards the out-of-bound line. But Lape comes out to bring him back inbounds. But, hey, we've got a leg out, too. And now he's got a wing and a half. Now he's trying to get a wing and a half. And he does. And he's in the
53 seconds left here in the period. It's still 2-0 Lape.
And Carter's got to try and move out. Got to move out. Got to circle out toward the head. But now Murphy's counting back points.
He must still be in bounds over there, right?
Apparently.
It can't be by too much.
No, he can't. Got to be right on the edge.
Horan just got a late period takedown for Owine. So Horan will win the third place match, and that means Carter, if this score stays put, Carter will be heading to districts. Or actually there, Horan got the win, so there will be a wrestle back. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And Ethan Lape is going to get a 5-0 victory here at heavyweight. So it'll be a heavyweight wrestle. Wrestleback at 285. So we will move on to the fifth place matches here this afternoon.
Won't be too many of them, I don't think, will there?
I think 8 or 9.
Okay.
So there might be.
Well, that'll give Coach Riedoff, Coach Adams, Coach Stockman time to get our kids ready.
Yep. So Ethan Late becomes the fifth qualifier for North Fayette Valley. Independence with 6 qualifiers and Crestwood with 7 qualifiers. And Crestwood now with a 9.5 point lead on North Fayette Valley. So it looks like Independence and North Fayette Valley now in the running to move on to the regional duels on Tuesday night. And we'll go from there.
Justin, how many points? How many points? How many points?
2 point match. Johnny Monger moving on the blue mat versus Nicholson, North Dakota. At 126, Seth House, Independence.
As they're trying to organize some things here. So as for the Decorah perspective, they have 3 in and they have the possibility of 3 more. They have 3 wrestlers in wrestlebacks this afternoon. So Independent, Crestwood 7, Independent 6, North Fayette Valley 5, Decorah with 3, Owine with 2, Walk-On with 1 to this point. And there will be 4 wrestlebacks that will decide other matches coming up here later on today. But first things first, we'll get our 5th place matches in here in the not too distant future. There will not be a 5th place match at 106. There will not be a 5th place match at 113. At 120 will be our first one. It'll be Johnny Wander of North Fayette Valley and Colton Mickelson of Decorah. Our second one will be at 126 with Seth House of Independence and Colin Coda of Walk On. So we'll have 5th place matches going on. Again, you look at the 2nd and 3rd place battle right now between Crestwood and North Fayette Valley. That's 9.5 points between those two teams. A lot on the line for the North Fayette Valley kids and the Crestwood kids here in the 5th place matches.
Oh yeah, every point counts. We're at 120 here on this mat. Johnny Wander. Wander was the 3rd seed actually. And he's going against Colton Nicholson.
Well, and that's just a sign of sectional Saturday. Kid was an Upper Iowa Conference champ a week ago.
And now he's going for 5th.
Exactly.
Yep.
And part of his motivation is if he wins and the team gets to regional team duels, he gets to go to practice on Monday for something meaningful.
And every point scores. Every point counts.
Apparently, Dave and I looked a little more official than we thought there. So, 126 down the way. It is Independence Seth House leading Colin Coda.
Wander in and they go out of bounds. And still nothing. The 120 pounds, 5th place match. It's like a 2-point lead for Independence at 126.
Yep. That is Seth House at 126 and Colin Coda of Walk On.
Shot to the outside by Wander. Decorah comes back with a shot at a headlock, but Wander did a pretty good job of sticking the leg in, coming up on top, and leads Colton Mickelson 2-0.
Wander the Upper Iowa Conference champ a week ago. For North Fayette Valley, trying to help his team get to the regional team duels come Tuesday night. A 2-0 lead for House down there at 126 against Colin Coda of Waukon.
That'll be Wander's choice. He defers. Mickelson will go neutral. Colt Mickelson will go neutral. Shot by Mickelson, sprawl by Wander. Wander coming around, trying behind. Mickelson squaring up nicely. Mickelson reaches in for, we got each other's leg now. Mickelson coming around. And Colton with a front headlock now. Both boys scrambling for position, but they go out of bounds, neutral.
And now House has gotten a couple of back points on Colin Coda, and he leads at 4-0 as they head to the 1:31 mark of the second period.
And we've got Johnny Wander now coming around behind. Mickelson made a shot. Wander blocked it, comes around behind. Now Wander puts a half in. Gets out to the side. Got a half and an ankle. Lifts on the ankle. But doesn't get any back points out of it. Colton does a pretty good job of bellying out. On the other mat now we're 6 on 20 at 126. Looks like Independence got a 6-2 lead as Cotta just gets out at the edge of the mat.
By the way, Cresco's advantage for second place is down to 2.5 points here.
Over
North Fayette Valley.
North Fayette Valley.
For the right to go to the regional team duels on Tuesday night.
And North Fayette pulling the arm through, got a wrist and a half. Almost full Nelson there, but he let go of it quick enough. Official was just the right place to see it if it had stayed in there. But and of course the pressure is on North Fayette kids. They still get 2 points, two points for bonus points.
Yeah, they can get bonus points, but only 1 for advancing on the backside, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But still, every point's going to count in that battle.
Yeah.
We saw that. I mean, what was it, last Saturday? The final heavyweight match at the conference meet, 2nd through 6th place was determined by that match.
That's right. That's right. And now back points scored by Wander. He's got a half in. He's up over the shoulders. And he's got the fall.
And that is big 3 bonus points, and that puts them above Crestwood right there.
Yep.
So Johnny Wander gets 5th place for North Fayette Valley, and those 3 bonus points have put them above the Crestwood Cadets and the right to move to Tuesday night as a team.
Looks like we're going to go all the way to 45, and we've got Cole Christopher. And Elliott Phillips from O-line at 145 pounds. And then we got Phillips in on a shot, and he makes it, pulls the leg in, and gets a 2-point takedown off it. Good shot, and good drive by Phillips. Not too good a sprawl by Cole Christopher.
And down on the other mat at 126, South House of Independence with a 13-3 lead on Colin Coda of Waukon, and that is in the 3rd period.
Christopher to his feet as they get out of bounds. Christopher tries to stand up. Another shot to the ankle by Phillips, but didn't work. Christopher's out. He's away. In on a leg. Phillips bounces out of the leg. He just had the ankle, and Phillips steps out of it. And Cole Christopher with an ankle, with an elbow tie here. Tried an elbow and tried to pass the elbow pass. Didn't work. Now they're tied up head to head. They break loose now. Each of them with a collar tie, collar and elbow, both of them.
House leading Coda down at 126 for 5th place. 13-3 with 20 seconds left in the third.
Now a shot on the leg by Christopher, blocked with an underhook by Phillips. Phillips comes around, grabs the leg, and takedown waved off. Official there, Murphy, decided he gave those 2 points a little bit too quickly. Good job of...
and South House of Independence has won by a 13-3 margin for 5th place.
And we're still 2-1. Phillips ahead of Cole Christopher. Christopher's choice is going to go down.
And over at 132 right now, Chase Hershey of Owine and Matthew Fullhart of Decorah. That is the 5th place match going on over there.
Christopher to his feet, turns, but Phillips dives in off the takedown. And they're going to roll around here at the edge of the mat. And Phillips still in control. Christopher comes out, face him, and he gets his 2. So we got a reverse here and an escape. Or I guess it'd be an escape at a takedown. Anyway, Christopher on top now, ahead. 3-2. And Phillips sits out. Christopher comes up over the head, locks up, trying to lock up a cradle. Phillips bellies out, bases out, comes to his feet, starts to try and get hand control. Nice job bringing him to the mat by Cole. They go out of bounds, and Phillips is still down. Both juniors. Elliott Phillips, 12 and 27. Cole Christopher, 14-16. Phillips up with hand control. He's out, facing. Shot by Christopher. He's got both legs. Moves up. He's got the takedown. Makes it 5-3. Christopher going out. He's got a spiral right in coming out over the head with a half. And Phillips pulls that off. Now Christopher comes with a hard crossface. And trying to break Elliott Phillips back to the mat. Still a 5-3 lead. Cole Christopher. Phillips comes out and escapes, makes it 5-4. Phillips in a front headlock. Christopher trying to come around behind. Needs a little step. Now he's in deep on the ankles, and he takes Phillips down out of bounds though. So. And back to the center with 6 seconds left. And half shot by Phillips, or by Christopher, blocked by Phillips, underhooks. And we go in the third period. Phillips' choice. He decides to go down. Christopher says let him up. Makes score 5, should make score 5-5. Going in the third period, Christopher on his feet. Apparently thinks he can take it easy, and when he shoots, if he says get a little setup, tried to pass Phillips by there. So, he makes a deep shot, generally finishes him. Again, trying to get Phillips out of position. Phillips trying to stay in position. Haven't really seen Phillips do much. Up on the other mat,
Matthew Fullhart just getting 3 back points against Hershey there, or 2 back points. Makes it 4-2, and an illegal hold call on Fullhart will give Hershey a point.
We got a takedown over here by Cole Christopher, and he's got Hershey on his back, and he's got good position up on the chest, and he pins him. And so Cole Christopher by like 5th place fall. over Elliott Phillips of Oline.
And that fall happens in 4:44. Matthew Fullhart leading 4-2 down the way with the 1 minute left in the third period, and now an escape for Hershey makes it 4-3.
Now we're up at 152 where we got Gunnar Grangard against Blake Courtney, and Grangard is in on a quick takedown, gets 2 points, and lets Courtney go for 1, so it's 2-1 now Gunnar Grangard.
Now Hershey has Fullhart on his back, wraps up the arms, gets him flat, and there's the fall in 3:12, and Chase Hershey will be the 5th place finisher at 132 pounds.
And we've got an escape here by Courtney. Now Grangard hits a throw. Courtney down, but he rolls through, so it's 2-0, or 2-point takedown for Grangard, makes it 4-1. Gunnar Grangard, senior from Waukon, 27-4 record. He was actually the 5th seed. Gives you an idea how tough this 152-pound bracket was. Courtney gets to his feet. Grangard covers. Blake Courtney, a freshman.
And down the way, we are at 160 pounds in the 5th place match there. That's David Jellings of North Fayette Valley and Chris Guest of Owine. North Fayette Valley has just taken a slight advantage over the Crestwood Cadets for 2nd place and the right to move on to the regional team duels on Tuesday night.
And we got Grangard trying to jack Courtney up with double underhooks, and he got the hands locked behind the back, but Courtney bailed out nicely. Give up only a 2-point takedown, makes it 6-2.
And there's a fall for Jellings, getting some key bonus points for North Fayette Valley. So Jellings gets 3 bonus points there to make it getting the fall in 1:12 on Chris Guest of Owine. Head-to-head matchup there.
And we've got 6-2 as we go to the end of the second period, end of the first.
And now North Fayette Valley with 185.5 points. Crestwood with 181.
And Courtney chooses up.
We're all the way to 220. On the other mat right now, this is Tyler Falk of Decorah and Jared Knutson of Crestwood.
And we've got Courtney on his feet. It'd be a good choice. 7-2. Grangard ahead. Grangard is the front headlock.
There's Falk, has Knutson on his back. He's out over the head right now. Knutson trying to kick away with 1:24 left in the period. And Falk gets the fall. Falk gets the fall in 38 seconds. That cost Crestwood some points perhaps there.
Yeah.
As
points they needed if they were going to move in a second.
It's 38 seconds on the fall there, so.
And we've got Grangard driving Courtney to his back, and he's got the half in, got the arm up, raised half in tight, chest to chest, and he gets the fall.
And that happens in 250, and they're at 152. So we got, I believe, just a heavyweight match coming up next. So we'll probably have a little bit of a delay before the wrestleback rounds
start.
So it'll be Alan Iverson of Crestwood and Stephen Redman of Waukon in the final 5th place match of the day. Actually, we got a 70-pounder here too. My mistake.
Okay.
And that'll be Alexander Hepperly of Owine and Mart Farlinger of Crestwood.
And Hepperly 14-27 record, and Farlinger 2-26. And right at the edge of the mat, it looked like Farlinger had the takedown, but out of bounds.
And I'm assuming what they'll do is just wrestle the wrestlebacks on one, and that might give you enough time to get everything kosher from a time perspective.
Yeah, probably. And there we've got...
Here is at Iverson at 285, has his man on his back. He got back points after the initial takedown with 1:39 left here in the first period, and there's the fall for Allen Iverson.
And we've got
23-second fall.
And we've got Farlinger with a takedown here over Hepperly.
And that's some nice points there for Crestwood.
Yes.
So after these matches, we're going to have 4 wrestlebacks here today. 3 of them involving Decorah Viking wrestlers, Philip Eady of Decorah and Jarrett Orr of Independence at 106. At 182, it'll be Andy Lilligreven of Decorah and Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley. At 220 pounds, it's Travis McMillan of Owine and Dawson Reagan of Waukon. And then at 285, it'll be Carter Zidlicki of Decorah and Henry Horan of Owine. So
and right now we've got Farlinger from Cresco leading 2-0 with 9 seconds left in the first period over Alexander Hepperly. Hepperly a junior, Farlinger senior. And
We will be coming to wrestleback the completed. And what we'll do is
Mark Farlinger defers. Mark Farlinger, a young man with 2-26 record, a senior. He's filled that spot in the lineup all year apparently, and not a lot of success, but he's stuck with it. And here he is still fighting. Nice side roll on the part of Farlinger. And he's getting back points there. I thought it looked like, yep. Well, he's not getting back points. Did he get back points? Yes, he got 2 back points in a roll, so that should be a reverse. And
I'm not sure about the score right here. I don't think anybody is, to be honest with you. Farlinger and Hepperly. And this is Crestwood's last chance to score some points here. And they are 5.5 points down from North Fayette Valley. So it looks like North Fayette Valley has all but clinched to the second place finish. So they'll be moving on to the regional team duels on Tuesday night at New Hampton.
So we got right now on the scoreboard 2-2.
I was just told, eavesdropping in on a conversation between official Bob Murphy and today's guru of wrestling, Denny Osmondson. The 2 of the matches in the wrestlebacks are ready to go time-wise right now, and the other 2 can go at 5:33. So we'll probably go with the first wrestleback here in the not-too-distant future. So Owine and Crestwood are 2-2 here at 170 pounds. So again, the wrestlebacks at 106, Philip Eady of Decorah, Jarrett Orr of Independence at 182 pounds.
And we got Farlinger on the bottom here, but
it'll be
Hepperly just scored back points. So.
And Geyer of North Fayette Valley at 220. It is McMillan of Owine and Dawson Reagan of Waukon, and Carter Zidlicki of Decorah and Henry Horan of Owine at 285.
And we got an escape by Farlinger, makes it 4-3.
So this is Crestwood's last chance to score points. North Fayette can score some points in the wrestleback. And Crestwood right now is down by 4.5 points. So even with an advancement and a fall, they can't catch up.
And we've got blood time here for Farlinger. Alexander Hepperly Owine ahead with a score of 4-3. And taking care of that blood. We got Philip Eady over on the other mat getting ready. And he'll have a match with Independence.
So, blood time happening here. Decorah has 3 wrestlers that will move on to next week's district meet, and 3 more with an opportunity to do so here. We'll have coverage of that beginning at noon next Saturday here on the internet. We'll have hourly updates on FM 100.5 as well.
And Hepperly and Harlinger out here head to head, trying to get a position where they can get a takedown. Harlinger kind of out of position. He's trying to pull, like he's trying to pull Hepperly back over on him. Looking for a headlock. Now they break contact. Now Harlinger looks like he'd like to throw in a headlock, but Hepperly just kind of stepped past it. Hepperly maybe doing a little bit better job of staying in position. Harlinger makes a shot, but didn't get the leg on the way. Now Hepperly gets out of position. Harlinger basically just lands on him, and he gets a 2-point takedown.
We just got the updated team standings right now. North Fayette Valley with 186.5, Crestwood with 185, and North Fayette Valley has 1 wrestler in the wrestlebacks. Crestwood does not, so this is the Cadets' last chance to score.
And Farlinger's on the bottom, and he's trying to stand up, and he does lead 5-4. He gets out here, he's out almost around Hepperly, but Hepperly's still got the leg locked, the leg tied up. Now he's only holding it by one hand. Hepperly went down to his belly, and Farlinger got the 2-point takedown. So he now leads 7-4. Farlinger up out front here with the arms tied up like a barbed wire or a rib city. And now he comes back to the back of Hepperly and picks up an ankle, breaks him down. Now he comes up with the power half in, but he's got to get outside. Got to get out a little more to the side to make that work. Trying to crank Hepperly's head. Hepperly comes back to his base. Farlinger still behind. Hepperly tries to roll. Farlinger posts his leg out. Hepperly's trying to come around, trying to step over a leg, and Farlinger still hanging on the head real hard. And now Farlinger's kind of driving into Hepperly, but still hanging on those arms. Trying to go around the head. And now he brings Hepperly back to the mat. Hepperly's still up on his knees. Farlinger grabs an ankle, an anchor. Hepperly's trying to crawl out away from him, trying to turn into him. Can't get a switch. Tried to sit, but Farlinger drove him back down to his belly. Farlinger doing a pretty good job of keeping a lot of iron, a lot of pressure. Now he's trying to crank him to the power half, and he got it, made it work. And he's going to get back points out of this. There they go. Now he's coming over chest to chest. Cowboys out. There's only 9 seconds left. Hepperly's over, or Farlinger's over there right on top of the chest. Got to lift the head up a little more. Got to lift the head. And doesn't get the head lifted, but he does get 7, 8, 9, 10, 4.
And since that is only a normal decision victory, unofficially North Fayette Valley has clinched second spot because it'll be North Fayette Valley is up by a half a point now, and Crestwood can't score anymore.
Well, that's how close it comes down to sometimes.
Exactly.
So now we've got Philip Eady.
Here we go with the wrestlebacks. Philip Eady trying to get to districts. Lost to Michael Millage in the title bout 5-0. And Jared Orr won 9-7 over Austin Parmley of Owine. These two wrestlers have not seen each other this year. 0-0 as they go out of bounds with a minute 43 left in the first period.
See each other when it counts now.
Yep. Eady trying to become the 4th qualifier for Decorah, as Jared Orr trying to become the 7th district qualifier for Independence.
Jared Orr with a 26-18 record. And won a lot of matches, lost a lot of matches.
Wait.
Edie on a shot, comes up. Edie locking up around the back. Edie's got a lock. Orr goes for a headlock. Edie does a nice job of stepping in front of him, picks him up, takes him down for 2. He didn't fall for that headlock. Didn't try to hide behind like most kids do. Come around the front, looks like he should.
And out of bounds they go with 1:05 left here in the second period. Edie went now with 9 losses on the year, but 6 of those losses are to top 3 ranked kids in his weight class here in Northeast Iowa.
Yeah. When you've got Millage and 5 from New Hampton in your district or in your conference, why you see a lot of good kids during the year, and that'll help make him tougher. Riding pretty hard.
If he's if he can get out of next week, he's got to head down and say, "Hey, I've faced the best in the state right now."
That's right. He shouldn't fear anybody on Des Moines. Nice job of picking Orr up, putting him back to the mat. Hard. The one thing about if you pick a guy up and put him down that hard a couple, 3 times, he doesn't get up so fast the next time. So, good job of riding on top, controlling an arm, tight waist in an arm. Orr turning the hips in. Phillip steps across. Orr doing a good job of keeping Phillip from getting a leg in. There you go. Orr kids wrestle a lot of matches, and well coached, I'm sure. That's how I'm, beat Austin Parmalee, a kid that's won 31 matches. So obviously capable of winning.
2-0 Edie as we go to period number 2.
Be Phillip's choice. Phillip deferred, and Orr wants to go neutral. Orr goes on his feet. Oh, Phillip that looks like poked in the eye there. And official whistle. Now they're starting back in the center.
No official injury time given there.
No injury time.
Neutral restart here in the second period.
And nice head tap by Orr, come in on a leg, but Phillip took care of it, straightened out his leg. Nice,
Orr reaching to a leg.
Another shot by Orr. Phillip in an over-under tie. Phillip trying to control the arm.
And out of bounds they go with 1:18 left here in the second period. A 2-0 lead for Phillip Edie here in the Wrestlebacks at 1:06.
Give Orr a lot of credit. Orr seems to be the aggressor. He's been trying a lot of shots, working the head pretty hard at Phillips. Phillips trying to get some inside control.
1:05 left here in the period.
But Orr's been the one that's been doing the pushing. Phillip looks a little more measured. Trying to set up his shot. Orr goes down under, makes a good shot. But Phillip hits the front headlock, takes him right to his back.
Phillip has Orr on his back.
Yep.
45 seconds left here in the period. The official down, taking a
He's
long
off to
look.
the
There's
side,
the
and he got the
fall.
fall.
Phillip Edie's going on to districts. The fall in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and Phillip Edie
Advances.
move on to the district meet.
And a good job. He knew what he was doing, set it up nicely, and Orr got a little over aggressive, and he made him pay.
And let's the next one here. Is this one ready to go? Yep, Andy Lilligraven all the way up at 182. Lilligraven will take on Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley. Trying to become the 5th qualifier.
See what he can do. And we got
And now looking at the team standings, it has North Fayette Valley trailing by a half a point to Crestwood for second place. I was mistaken there. So North Fayette Valley needs this one to move on to Tuesday night.
And Andy makes a shot, long ways away, head between the legs, but lifts, turns, driving through. Geyer's sitting on his bottom now. Andy's got to get the arm up around the waist and finish it here. They're kind of toward the edge of the mat. And there he's got 2.
2 points for Andy Littlegraven on the side of the mat, and he leads it by a 2-0 margin on Kelvin Geyer.
And
Littlegraven trying to get to the district meet. Littlegraven, the 2 times he wrestled a North Fayette Valley opponent has been Nick Baumler.
And sprawl there. Now we've got Geyer up on his feet, locked up around Andy's back, and he's got the 1-point escape. Double underhooks with Geyer, trying to jack Andy up, tried for a headlock, nothing there. Andy and shot on the leg as they go out of bounds. Geyer reached for a headlock as they went out, so you know what he's thinking of. And we got Geyer hanging on the head pretty hard here. And of Andy's. Both locked up pretty tight here, ear to ear. Andy tries to kind of slide him by, but a little too tight for that. And now they're back ear to ear again. And he tries that slide by again, takes that Geyer down to the mat. Doesn't
no
Geyer
control though.
No control though. Now
he's down at a leg with 13 seconds left here in the period, trying to lift him up.
Pulling the leg in. Pulling the leg, got to drive across. He's close, 5 seconds left. There, now he gets the arm around the leg, and he's got it with 1 second left on the clock. He had the 2-point takedown to go up 4-1.
Great time to get that takedown.
It sure
can't
was.
give any points back at that point.
And it'll be Andy's choice. He'll defer. Geyer takes down.
A 4-1 advantage for Andy Littlegraven as we go to the second period. Littlegraven starting in the top position. Geyer chose down to start the period. 1:45 left here in period number 2. Geyer to his feet,
nice.
Nice mat return by Andy Littlegraven.
Thumped him really hard.
Geyer getting to his feet again, but another nice double leg mat return by Littlegraven.
Turned into Andy, and Andy just dumped him. And now Geyer's a little slower to get up now. Andy in a spiral ride now, hand in the crotch, in the thigh, hand in the thigh, hanging heavy on the head. Geyer coming to a stand-up. And Andy goes right down on the leg again. Geyer faced him, and he went right down on the leg, took him back down out of bounds. So
1:09 left here in period number 2. Andy Littlegraven trying to become the 5th qualifier for Decorah. At 182 pounds.
And he's got still riding that spiral ride hard, spiral ride in the wrist. And hand in the thigh, now he comes up into the crotch, trying to drive Geyer forward. A lot of pressure on that arm. He's got that wrist barred up there. And Geyer still on his knees, still on his base. Geyer's locking up for a roll, but Andy steps over to that side. That should block that. It does. It's hooking the elbow.
42 seconds left here in the second period. Littlegraven still leading by a 4-1 margin. Geyer to his feet. Andy able to chop him back down once again.
Andy locked his hands up there. The official was looking at it, but no call. Now Andy starts trying to move around the head, and Geyer gets up, stands up to his feet. Geyer's trying for some kind of throw there, and they go out of bounds.
4-2 the lead. Neutral restart. Littlegraven leading with 22.5 seconds left here in the second period.
And Coach Riedoff out there telling him not to tie up, to go for the legs, go for the legs, go for the legs. And at 17 seconds left, looks like we got some blood time for Andy.
Again, North Fayette Valley trailing by a half a point to Crestwood for second place. If North Fayette Valley wins this, they're moving on to the regional team duels. If they lose this, it'll be Crestwood moving on to the regional team duels. 4-2 the score. Littlegraven leading. With 17 seconds left here in the second period. Lilligraven try to become the 5th qualifier for Decorah today. Crestwood has 7, Independence with 6, North Fayette Valley with 5, Decorah with 4.
Now a nice deep shot by Andy. He's head between the legs though, but he keeps his feet moving, and now he moves. Now he's got a double locked up. Now he's locking up one leg. Still moving in. Geyer up on top, but time's up.
That'll be a 4-2 lead for Lilligraven as he goes to the 3rd period, and Andy will have the choice and start down.
Yep. And they want him up and out on the whistle. He's back up to a tripod, up into a tripod position. Now turns, gets the arm through, and faces Geyer for a 5-2 lead. And
5-2 the advantage.
Geyer
goes for a headlock.
That's
and
the slowest headlock I ever saw.
Andy's in trouble trying to kick out of it. Andy gets out of it and gets a reversal. But they blew it dead beforehand. And Jacob Peterson is hopping mad at Bob Murphy right now. They're going to give 2 points to Geyer. It's 5-4. And the trainers are attending to Geyer right now. And we'll see how everything is going out right now. It's going to end up being a 7-6 lead for Lilligraven if the scoreboard is correct now with 1:32 left here in the 3rd period. I don't exactly know what happened there.
No, Andy did just exactly the wrong thing to do on that headlock. He tried to hide behind it. It was a 7th grade headlock, slow as could be, but Geyer made it work just because of where Andy hung behind. And so he got the takedown and back points. But then Andy kicked around, rolled him through.
And somehow in that sequence, action was stopped by the official Bob Murphy because Geyer must have been the one bleeding.
Looks like it.
Because he's getting attended to right now. Lilligraven in the corner getting instructions from Coach Friedoff and Coach Adams.
And when Geyer came up, I mean, he was holding his face. I thought maybe he got his nose bumped real bad or something. I'm not sure just what happened under there, but he come up jumping and he was hurting. But I'm not sure why, because he was down on the mat where we couldn't see it. And
here we go. 1:32 left here in the 3rd period. Lilligraven will start on top.
Got a reversal out of it.
He leads it by a 7-6 margin. Now the alternate official will double check the positioning there. Murphy says Lilligraven should be in the top position. And that is the way it should be. Yep. Here we go. 1:31 left here in the 3rd period. Lilligraven working off to the side, and another nice mat return by Lilligraven, but they're going to call that one a slam.
And they're going to call that a slam.
Is that the right call, Dave?
No, it's not.
And now it's 7-7 with the slam. It's 8-7. Andy Litt
Lilligraven up to his feet. Now Andy's in on a deep single. Very poor. Now Geyer tries to grab the head. Andy's in behind him and wrestles him right to the mat, horses him down.
9-8 the lead for Lilligraven with 1:10 left here in the 3rd period. Geyer trying to get to his feet. He's able to do so. He gets the escape. It's 9-9. A minute left here in the 3rd period.
He's trying another headlock. Doesn't work. Andy takes him to the mat.
11-9 Lilligraven. 55 seconds left here in the 3rd.
Now he kind of settles in on top. He's got Geyer extended now. Assistant referee is hollering something.
Apparently there's blood time here with Geyer with 45.6 seconds left here in the 3rd period.
I think Andy's got the blood.
Yeah,
Andy's got the blood, and that's what the assistant referee was pointing to. He was out to the side where he could see Andy bleeding. So Geyer's got some blood on him.
And he'll have to get cleaned up here with 45.6 left here in the third period. A wild third period. Here at 182 pounds, winner goes to districts. Loser is done on the individual end of things. If North Fayette Valley wins this, they go to the regional team duels. If they don't, it's Cresco in the runner-up spot.
45 seconds left, and Andy will come out on top. .6 seconds left here in the third. Lillagraven will start in the top position. He leads it 11-9. As there's some blood on the mat, now the trainer is out to disinfect that. Carter Zidlicki still to wrestle at 285 for the Vikings here this afternoon. .45 seconds left here in the third. Andy covers. We're back underway. Crowd getting after. Geyer reaches back, tries for a head.
Andy circling around. Geyer still reaching for that head, but Andy not letting him do it. Geyer able to get to his feet, gets the escape. It's 11-10. He's looking for the throw. Andy gets out of the underhooks with 17 seconds left. Andy spins Geyer towards the side of the mat with 12 seconds left.
They're tied up ear to ear, and that'd be a good place to stay. Geyer in on a shot, doesn't make it. Andy did a pretty good job of blocking him off, and they go out of bounds.
5 seconds left here in the third.
Now he's got to get down low, low. He's down low.
Lillagraven leads 11-10. He just sits there and hangs. And Andy Lillagraven is on to districts.
Yes.
Andy Lillagraven with a hard-fought 11-10 victory over Kelvin Geyer of North Fayette Valley in a wild match there at 182.
That's probably the best match I've seen all day. It was, just a lot of scoring.
Lillagraven becomes the 5th qualifier for Decorah to districts. 11-10. Andy Lillagraven moves on. And we got we got the 220-pound wrestle back to go now. This will be Travis McMillan of Owine and Dawson Reagan of Waukon.
And Geyer walked off the mat there with his shoulder straps down, which should be a team point, but I don't think they'll call it. But it could be. It could be called.
So we're underway here at 220 pounds here this afternoon. As Decorah with 5. You and I just kind of calmly talked on the way down. Probably 4 to districts was a realistic goal for Decorah. So
that's what I had. That's what I had figured.
You know what? All in all, it hasn't been too bad of a day for the Vikings.
No, they wrestled pretty well. And the fact that a ninth grader like that, Andy Lillagraven, can come back against a senior and junior and senior, and hang in there like that, not get flustered. That says quite a little for his capacity between the ears, because that's where a lot of kids lose when they get under pressure, especially with underclassmen. But that makes 2 freshman qualifiers.
Not bad.
Not too. So good for the future. We've got McMillan with a takedown here over Waukon, and Reagan.
And 2 junior qualifiers too.
Mm-hmm. But you don't win many dual meets with just 4 kids, so we got to get some more better too.
Yep, exactly.
Got to get some more better. Reagan starting to stand up. McMillan brings him back to the mat. And McMillan riding the arm really hard, trying to get the head underneath the armpit.
22 seconds left here in the period. McMillan leading by
Now McMillan drives the half and he's going up over the head, getting back points.
McMillan trying to become the third qualifier for the Oline Huskies, and he does
He
it.
does it, yeah.
McMillan wins by fall at a minute 52, so he becomes the third qualifier for Oline here today.
And we're going to 285.
And here is Carter Zidlicki trying to become the sixth qualifier of the day for Decorah. Zidlicki against Henry Horan of Oline, and we're underway. Looking at these two matchups earlier this year, I guess Zidlicki beat Horan for the conference title last week by fall in 3:24.
And he gets the takedown. Horan is over his leg though, but he's up over the Zidlicki's up over the shoulders nicely. Rolling around the scramble there. Horan comes out on top. Had Zid on his head. Had Carter on his back. Carter comes out the back door. Now he may think he's out. I think he means business. Score is 6-2. Looks like 6-4. He got two back.
Yeah, takedown, a reversal, two back points, and another reversal, and it should be 4-4. Yep.
4-4. It is 4-4. Yeah.
4-4 the score between Zidlicki and Horan.
Carter has a hand up on the back now. And now he starts to drive up over the shoulders. As long as he doesn't get carried away with it. Now he's got Horan on his back and his flat.
35 seconds left here in the period. Plenty of time for Carter, and there's the ball.
Yes,
and Carter Zidlicki becomes the sixth qualifier to districts for the Decorah Vikings, getting the ball in a minute 29.
And kind of dodged the bullet there when Henry Horan, pretty big boy, was on top of him. But Carter lived to fight another day and put Horan on his back and got the fall.
So that's going to do it for today, as Independence and Crestwood will be moving on to the regional team duels, and Decorah will end up with 6 qualifiers to the district meet next week. All in all, you got to say it's a pretty good day.
We had a good day. We did have a good day. Kids wrestled pretty well, fought out of a lot of tough positions sometimes, places, and
Independence 215, Crestwood 187, North Fayette Valley 186 and a half. Decorah 160.
Now I got to go wrestle on Tuesday. Great.
And
Can I trade? Can I trade?
you know where you go.
So congratulations to the Crestwood Cadets as well as the Independence Mustangs. They're moving on to the regional team duels. Crestwood qualifying 7 for districts on Tuesday night as well. You can see the smile ear to ear from Keith Slipka right in front of us right now.
Yeah. He's really happy.
So it'll be a Independence with the sectional championship, and Crestwood finishing second. Before I rudely interrupted you, final thoughts there, Dave?
Oh, kids wrestled well, took advantage of the chances they got. I can't think of really anybody that had a bad match that I thought that we had any big upsets. We wrestled about as tough as we could.
So, Dave, nice job once again today. Fun working with you as usual, and we will work together next Saturday.
Yep, down at Indy, down at that magnificent place they've got. Some of you wrestling fans, you ought to go down there to really see it. It has to. I can't say how. It's just great.
And knowing Dave Omdahl has a lot of pull in Independence, I'm assuming we'll get valet parking and everything like that, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Well, Dave, nice job by you. Look forward to next Saturday working with you.
Okay, you too, Darren.
And we want to thank everyone for logging on this afternoon for our coverage of the district wrestling meet. It is Decorah qualifying 6 to districts, and Independence and Crestwood moving on to the regional team duels. So, for Dave Omdahl, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from the sectional meet for 2015. See you at districts next Saturday.